launch.
Mugman, you're cancelled.
Dark light. I'm dim.
Mugman, please go outside.
Please leave.
It's either
Go
you're,
touch
it's either
grass.
you're dim Yagami, or you're just grey Yagami, which is
Great!
Great. That's just Mugman.
It's just Mugman.
Also, no, I'm not going outside. We don't do that here at the Antisocial Company.
We don't do that here.
It's one of our core principles.
I mean, I pretty much
I'm
have
gonna
to.
kill this man.
I mean, I pretty much have to go outside. I mean, look, my kids need sunlight.
Yeah.
I get you.
They need sunlight.
It's one of our core principles.
They need sunlight to
refuse
grow.
Sunlight is my mortal enemy. As a theater kid, sunlight is a mortal enemy.
How do you think I feel?
You
Oh my
were
gosh,
also a
tell me
theater
about
kid.
it.
You and Mugs are
Tell
gonna
me
get
about
along.
it.
How do you think I feel?
Wait, what's up with theater and
My
sunlight?
kids need sunlight.
Fan lines or what?
One's just more artificial.
Huh?
True. And one of them is like directly in your eyes.
No, we just
True.
Oh my God.
we just thrive
Literally,
in darkness.
literally. During the school play, the light was just shining in my eye the whole time. I was like, oh,
You can't even
my
see.
face.
You just need to accept the fact that you won't see anything.
I mean, if you look
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm-
basically.
Okay,
You might be
I'm
performing great, but you won't be able to see a thing because you'll be blind.
I'm a choir student. I actually sing, and I get that. I get that. Good God, I hate like because like for
Mark's like, I do.
like in my school
No,
we
please
generally
go
do like
outside.
very flashy choir performances where like we'll change the lighting and stuff. But for professional performances, or like competition performances, you're not supposed to do that. So we just have like every
It's just
single
Mugman.
fucking
Also, no, I'm not
spotlight
going outside. We don't
on
do that here.
God's
at the
green
antisocial
earth
company.
We
focusing
don't
on this
do that here.
one stage.
That's one of our
And,
core
Oh my God.
principles.
I mean, I pretty much-
And like there's like 15 million of us up on this stage, and we're all sweating and hot, and we can't see. And for
Yeah.
some reason, it is
Yeah,
still
yeah.
fucking freezing in this room for some reason.
one of
which
our-
is
one of our
fucking
core principles.
strange.
We need sunlight
It's-
to grow.
it's like the choir teachers were just like, all right, guys, listen. So you know the sun, right? Let's make that. Go.
But like,
Let's make that.
Jesus, that just sounds like my college years when I was 16.
Oh my God.
Lord, I feel old.
God bless.
My school theater's like.
It's alright, Aaron. We're both old.
I guess. I'm turning 28
Wait, what were you
soon.
saying about?
Bitch, that's me too. Get in line. I'm turning 28 first.
I'm
already 28.
I'm turning
bloody hell, really,
17
B?
soon.
Yes,
I'm turning
really.
16.
Lord, we could be all together.
I am 16. I am 16, going on
Alright,
17.
I haven't heard anything from Dawn at the moment. I'm not sure if she's gone sleepy buys or whatever the case.
Sleepy eyes. That's such a cute way to say
I
it.
don't know how to word it. Listen, when you
Sleepy
are a
eyes.
person with 2 daughters, 1 4 and 1 2, you have to come up with words like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sleepy
basically.
pies.
Honestly.
I'm gonna go sleepy bye once this is
You
done.
go sleepy bye. Goodbye, mugs.
Oh, go
Goodbye.
sleepy
I'm
buys.
going sleepy bye.
Don't forget to bring me my soup.
I didn't.
I need my
This is in the
cranberry
morning.
juice.
Like, today
Don't
I stayed
forget.
up till like 3 a.m.
Don't forget to bring me my glasses.
Oh dear.
And my glass eyes.
Darling, I need my readers.
My readers.
All right, shall we start this?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, what a great prologue, honestly.
It was a
Right.
prologue, but
Two
anyways.
households, both alike. We did the tea in that room. They are so-
But
Oh my
anyways,
God.
guys, welcome to the first episode of Voice Actors Discuss. So, welcome everybody. It's lovely to have you here.
Yo, I'm happy to be here.
Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
Yeah, happy.
I'm glad that you guys are very enthusiastic about this, actually, because this is my very first time I've hosted something this massive, if I'm honest. So I'm a bit nervous. So if I stutter, anything of the sort, please forgive me. I'm a very fragile boy, so
You are
You're
forgiven.
doing great,
We
Aaron.
are
Don't worry
forgiven.
not. If it makes you feel any better, this is also my first time that I've ever been a guest on one of these.
oh.
Yeah,
So-
same here.
Well, for
Second
the majority
time.
of you, yes, it will be. So hopefully, oh, excuse me.
You're doing
Great
great.
start.
Doing great so far.
Nifty a woo boy.
Yeah.
So yes, this will be the first episode of many. If you guys want to stay on for this sort of thing,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be so down.
brilliant. So the first thing, should I say, that I would like to do is introductions. So as well as a shameless plug. So if you wanna introduce yourselves as well as the social media that you use, state it here. So who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Hello, I'm Anya Star. I have a Twitter and I do cover songs on my channel. Yay.
Brilliant.
Heck yeah. Are we just gonna go
Yeah,
down
we
the?
might just
Yeah, we
Double,
can. We
double,
should
double.
just go down the line.
We'll go down the
Just
list.
Alright. All right. Well, hello. My name is Aster. My Twitter handle is I am your magician, no spaces. I am an aspiring voice actor who focuses on young girls especially high voices that are cute but very easy to listen to. It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm very excited for this podcast.
Brilliant, well done.
Oh boy, now it's my turn.
Hey, go V.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Charlotte, but you can also call me V. I don't mind. And I am a voice actor, and I stumble a lot over my words.
It's alright.
You're doing
Take your
great.
time.
My Twitter handle is SharkWhipV, and you can find me on there. I usually just kind of talk about whatever I feel like. And I generally upload comic dubs, because those are fun.
They're very fun indeed, actually.
They're
Oh wait,
super
crap!
fun.
It's my
But
turn.
I don't do them.
I'm not
Yep.
ready for this.
No, go ahead.
All right. Hello. My professional name is Fenrir, but most people just call me Mugman for some reason. I am on Twitter, at Fenrir the Wolf with a U because, cutesy. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, cutesy. That's me. I really, really like voice acting. Who would have thought? You never would have guessed.
Wow.
Yeah. So audio is the most beautiful sense. Sound is the most beautiful sense. You know what? This is bad. Can I do this again? Can I start
Rewind.
over?
You're doing great.
You did really
Can I start over?
Yes, go right ahead.
No.
All right. All right. Cool. So, Fenrir the Wolf. That's me.
Nice.
Yeah, your turn.
Brilliant.
Oh my god, so short and concise. You really fell off.
Wait,
Hi, I'm Yen. You can call me Yen Osiria or otherwise, it doesn't really matter. You can usually find me under the handles Osiria Ocularis or Yenatic on most medias. Either, like, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube too, and I'm actually doing a lot of skits right now, mostly directing, and I'm also putting my own voice in those, and also a lot of friends are voicing in those too, and some of them are animated, so that's fun. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now. I love writing, voicing, and all those other things under the sun you can probably think of.
Wow, everyone had such great introductions. I was like, hi, I'm Anya. I have a Twitter.
I literally restarted mine. I don't want to hear that.
It's all
Hi,
good, it's all good.
I have a Twitter.
Hi, I have a Twitter. We're
I have a
doing
Twitter.
fine,
I
guys.
don't know how
Hi,
to
everyone.
speak.
Guys, relax. We're doing okay.
Do not plug me.
Well, that's the baby of the group. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being bullied here already, and I do not appreciate it.
No. It's
Stop
all
it.
playful, I assure you.
Well, I give
No
you
one's
a hug.
actually bullying you, I promise.
I give you a ghost hug. You can't feel it, but it's there.
Listen, it's all
Yeah.
good. We're all friends here, so none of that nonsense. Anyways, I guess
Yeah.
it's
I
my
know.
turn
It's
as
not
the
like we
host.
all have imaginary knives pointing at one another's throats. But anyway.
No,
So-
nobody's the knife cat, right?
No, I am.
God.
Oh, damn.
Wait a second. It's only episode 1. Come on.
Calm down, guys.
Anyways, my turn as a host. As you all know, my name is Aaron. As you guys already know, I have a YouTube handle, Aaron Bell VA, which I've actually started up before as SonaFair245 as a gaming channel back in 2012. Yeah, all the way back in the good old days of 2012.
Lol gamer.
I know, right? Anyways,
Remember
I
when
know
that
we're
was
doing
gonna end?
shameless anime character backstory here. Okay.
I know, right? Anyway, I started doing voice acting back in 2018, 2017, 2018, where my eldest was still quite small. So,
Okay,
starting
same
small
time.
As, starting
time I was
small
tall.
as a voice actor, starting to build myself up more, and here I am with over 1,000 subs at the moment, which I'm eternally grateful for everyone
yeah.
supporting me in that end.
Well
Some of us
deserved.
can't be that
Well
lucky.
deserved.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Anyways, now that we're through with introductions, how about we start with the very first question?
Oh.
Ooh, ominous.
Who's gonna be put in the hot seat?
Ooh. Okay, so we'll start.
Break the ice
with-
here.
We'll start down the list like we did with the introductions. Anya,
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what has inspired you to become an actor / voice actor?
I mean, ever since when I was little, I've always like fell in love with like the stage, and then, like in early 2019, I was given an opportunity from a friend to help her do this like voice animation project thing that was very short, but it was super fun. And then I just started falling in love with like comic dubs and like yeah, stuff like that. And I basically just like, all right, this is what I want to do.
Aw.
That's actually
That's so
quite
lovely.
a lovely thing to get into, really.
Yeah.
It's a great reason to get into it. Next person, Aster.
Okay.
Alright. So sorry, remind me of the question.
Okay, so the question is, what inspired you to become an actor / voice actor?
Okay. I have really poor memory. I'm sorry.
That's alright.
But honestly, I think I'd have to say I'm like totally putting you on the spot here, but it would probably be Mugman. He's in.
Dang it, you stole my line.
I knew this was gonna happen when I brought you two in here.
Here, Mugman can join me with this one. Back in we met late 2017, Mugman and I, and around early 2018, we both got into a small RPG Maker game called Witch's Heart, and
Stealing my line.
Hey.
So Mugman, he's always been a theater student. He told me that. And I remember once he read out one of the character's lines from the game, and I was like, wow, it's really fitting for that character. And I have a background in singing. I've been singing since I was about 6 years old, so over 10 years. And so I have a lot of control over my voice, so I decided that I would try voice acting out the whole thing with him. And it ended up working out really well. We've done a bunch of other games since then, and we've kind of like developed our voices. I feel like I've grown a lot as a voice actor because
100%.
because I've learned from Mugman, and I've learned from other voice actors when voice acting itself, rather than just like, you know, just being on call and doing it for fun with Mugman. I'm taking it rather seriously now, and it's been a blast. I'm in a couple of games now, so I'm
Well done.
on the moon.
Well done. That deserves a good
Yeah,
round of
I
applause.
mean,
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I'm giving a round of applause for the both of us because
Yeah!
this,
Oh,
it's
I'm gonna
it's
give
the
you a
same
round of
thing.
applause.
It applies to
No,
both
you
of
don't get to-
A round of applause. Very well done.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, the same thing happened with me. I mean, I'd seen a few like comic dubs of like certain video games beforehand, like on YouTube, and I always thought like, wow, that's really really cool. You know how they're getting characters' voices that you don't like actually hear, and then they're making it like fit the character, and I thought that was always really really cool. And yeah, one day we decided to play Witch's Heart, and what do you know? Having a deepish voice that couldn't decide whether or not it wanted to be a first grader or a fifth grader, that really helped me in that instance. And yeah, it was like, you told me that my voice for Noelle was good, and everything has happened up to this point just because of that. It was but it was, yeah, it's always been so much fun just playing games and like voice acting them out like on the side, like whether that be like visual novels or like RPG Maker stuff, yada yada. That stuff is always so much fun to do, even if you don't really have a good voice for a character.
Yeah.
You know, because it's good practice for one specific thing. Like it practiced me speaking in a higher register. It practiced me speaking more gravelly. The list goes on. It's always been so much fun, and I really only have Aster to thank for that. I'm gonna be real.
Oh my gosh.
This sounds like a love story waiting to happen.
They're best
Listen.
They're best friends,
here's the
and
thing.
Aster's a lesbian, and
Aster's a
Fenrir over
lesbian.
here has his own girlfriend, so...
I have a girlfriend. She is a lesbian.
Yeah.
He has a girlfriend, and I want a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And
Basically what's going on here, yeah.
And in order to avoid the idea that we're like interested in one another, we have decided to call one another cousins in public.
And
Very distantly related, but still like believable.
And the thing was, it actually worked because Mugman and I look actually rather similar. One of my teachers actually has both of us in different periods, but she still has both of us as students. And she once asked me, like, hey, your brother. And I was like, brother? And she was like, oh yeah, Mugman. And I was like, I see. No. I was like, brother.
Oh my gosh.
That's a title.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting a title though. But if anything, I can attest to having a female as a best friend, because someone I went to college with when I was 16 became quick best friends with, and she isn't in the same country as me anymore, but we're still keeping in contact with each other. She's currently living in Texas with her husband, but I still love her like a big sister. I still care about the things that we do together. So, if anything, it doesn't matter if you are who you are, straight, gay, bi, whatever the case, I don't give a crap.
Mugman and I look actually...
That's what matters. We still care about the things that we do.
That's the disaster by himself.
If anything, it doesn't matter if
making me emotional. Stop! No!
We are 20 minutes into this?
Yes, we're 20 minutes
Not
into
even?
this.
Yeah, it's alright.
Anyway, we got hella sidetracked. What inspired me to be a voice actor was I was already a theater kid beforehand, and being able to specifically because I really like audio a lot. I'm a big fan of music. I'm trying to make some of my own.
He's composed some stuff.
And it's good!
Nice.
Oi, we're getting sidetracked. But because sound is so important to me, I always found it really, really fascinating, like every little thing about inflections and cadence and speaking like an octave higher than somebody might be used to, or speaking slower, enunciating more, yada yada yada. It's always so fascinating to me, and that's what made it a lot of fun to specifically develop how I like to voice act a lot of things. So yeah.
Nicely
Yeah.
done. Nicely done. And
Anyway, I'm
And
sorry. We just took
since
up
we skipped V.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
skipped
V.
V.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Alright. So next down the list we have the lovely V.
Well, my story is, let's see. I basically started enjoying acting from about the age of 11, so there's that. And I used to do little plays with my family where we'd kind of like get together every summer and we would act stuff out, and that was like the most enjoyable part for me, and it kind of spurred it into like loving to voice act as well. So oh boy. Trying to explain this story is so hard.
That's okay. It's okay.
I'm
Take your
glad
time.
you good.
Yeah. Because like you'd think like, oh, they're not related, like they're like two different things. And it's like, no, they actually kind of go hand in hand most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, if you love to act, most people generally switch to like voice acting. And that's kind of what I did. And at about sorry, my voice is still a bit hoarse.
That's okay.
You're good. You're good.
Like around 2018, I want to say, I joined Casting Call Club and
As we all did.
started looking for things to audition for. And oh boy, was that an interesting way to go about it.
Yeah.
Like, I would audition for stuff, and sometimes I'd land roles, and other times I wouldn't. But then later on, like kind of going forward a bit, I decided to take it a bit more seriously and like audition through emails and stuff. And oh boy, I much prefer that because at least I don't have to like go through the whole listening to other people's auditions and comparing myself.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's the
I
worst.
feel
It is the
Yeah,
absolute
What a
worst.
nerd.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Nicely done. Next person, Yen.
Hi, so my story is a bit complicated and will go all over the place, but I'll try to keep it as concise as I can, no promises. I also have a history of singing. I've done a lot with my voice since I was like 8, and 20 years later, still doing all this nice stuff. So basically, I started out with singing, and then I gradually learned, oh, I can do vocal inflections just through talking. Interesting. And so I would get on calls with people when I was younger, and sometimes I'd change my voice, and they would always think, wow, is someone else in the room instead? And then I got really interested in video games around that age too. And games like Luigi's Mansion, the Tales games especially, and then later down the line, I want to say in end of 2017, beginning of 2018, I ran into Witch's Heart, and that's when I started to take voice acting a bit more seriously, because I realized, oh, I can voice all of these characters by myself, and I like all the voices I'm giving them. And so I worked on my cadence and my delivery, and it got to the point where sometimes people will hear a certain voice that I've given one of those characters, and they're like, wow, I really like this character now specifically because you voiced them. I'm like, what? Hello? Sort of thing. And now I've started to take it to the point where, like, I love voice acting with friends whenever there's projects involved. I actually kind of like running projects now. That's been a lot of fun. And I just love fiction as a medium to like captivate an audience. Like, I've always loved writing, and then I love voice acting, and then like when you combine the two, it's like a nice little marriage. And then it wraps it all up in a little nice box, and then you just get to enjoy it.
That's
so
a lovely
lovely.
way of putting it, if I'm honest.
I'm sorry I missed that. I had to walk away for a second.
Nah, it's
Anyway,
alright.
yeah,
I'm sure
say
this is
all
recorded.
It's so
again.
good, so good.
You're doing great, and we love you.
Thanks, Mom.
I guess I should. I guess I should speak about myself in a manner of speaking.
Yes.
I guess what inspired me as a whole is just the aspect of putting everything together, starting from just the mere concept of an idea. It was always the behind the scenes of a movie, a TV show, whatever the case it was, that always interested me in the aspect of, being a part of that scenery. And
Absolutely.
looking at something like that, I always had that idea as a young boy. I'm stuttering already. Blech. I always had that idea.
You're doing great.
You're doing fine, honey.
I always had that idea as a young boy of, this is so cool, this is such an interesting thing, I want to be a part of it, but how do I do that? And so, going through the years, I started doing more drama at the age of 11 from secondary school, but before that I was actually part of a school choir in my primary school. It didn't last too long, but it was still a lot of fun to sing in front of an audience. But going on through the years, it started becoming more and more fun to be part of the behind the scenes aspect of what it means to put a production together, especially throughout college, where I did mainly traditional acting in theatre. And then when I got the idea of putting that in voice, because animation as well as video games had always interested me, especially playing video games from a very young age. it's hard to put into words if I'm completely honest. It's
I get it.
Yeah.
And I am legitimately the exact same way. You were putting it into the words so well.
Yeah.
You
I don't
are
wanna-
though.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like
I
at a loss
guess.
for.
I guess. So come 2018, I think it was around the beginning of 2018 where, before I even got a microphone, I created my casting call club page, and then started doing some auditions there, and managed to get a few roles here and there. It wasn't a lot. And then when I got the idea of starting my own comic dubs, I learned a few things where trying to get a hold of voice actors can be extremely tricky from time to time, depending on the person, as well as directing projects as well, because I directed a couple of comic dubs like Ruby. I did some fan dubs directing with the Tales series, Tales of Berseria, and it just became so much more fun that I said to myself, I'll revive my channel and start doing more comic dubs along there, and then see where it goes. And if people enjoy my stuff there and enjoy the acting, that's what matters most to me. Because if people genuinely enjoy the performances, I'm happy.
That's so sweet.
Speak
God bless.
that truth.
That is
Exactly. It's also nice to know that you also have some hand in directing experience too, because like I'm fairly new to directing, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
But it can be a
Directing
bit, if
just
I'm
makes
honest.
me want to rip my hair out.
Yeah, it can be, especially once you learn the certain tics of some of your voice actors and realize, okay, if I don't get into this VA's DMs pretty early, I'm not going to see that line for a while, sort of thing, too.
I think that's what drove me away from directing voice lines, in a manner of speaking, especially if it's like a major group. Especially when I was doing, especially when I was doing the fan dub, comic dub of Ruby and Tales, because
Ruby would be a tough one.
Ruby was a very tough one because I had to deal with many different voice actors in there because of the amount
I'm
of
sure.
characters. It was tough.
Too many.
It was too many. So I scrapped them and was like, no, I can't do it anymore. Let's just tear my hair out, trying to get a hold of this voice actor or that voice actor. And when they're not part of it anymore, more people are dropping out. I was like, nope, can't deal with it anymore. Scrap it all.
I always find the reaching out part the hardest part. Like,
oh my
I need your lines.
Scary. It's like I don't want to do it. I don't want to bother them.
Like,
It's like I don't want to bug you, but I need this line so we can get this project moving, basically, sort of thing. And then you're just like, then you feel like you're being annoying because you're like, yeah, I know I've already bugged you about this, but I really need this done. Can you do this, sort of thing? Yeah, it's almost like you're taking the teacher role again back in like school, and you don't really want to.
Exactly.
I just feel like Oliver when he's asking for more food. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Can I have more lines?
Yes, can I have more lines? Spare lines,
I didn't know
Spare lines.
I remember in like one of my first voice acting projects, I got like I was casted as a side character, and I was like kind of beaten up about it. But then I saw that I got like a whole monologue that went on for like 3 minutes straight, and I was like,
oh my god,
yes!
Oh my god.
There's something always so exciting about long lines.
For real.
Definitely. Yes.
I see monologues and I just freak out. My eyes can't really adjust to them, so it's like
But it depends on what it
bunch
is.
of text.
It does depend on what it is, because if it's Shakespeare, nah, screw that noise.
Oh, I can do Shakespeare.
Oh, absolutely not. But
I can do
my.
Okay, well, you're better than like all of us.
For real.
You don't need to flex on us. Jeez.
Sorry.
No, please. That was a joke. I'm sorry. Wait, that was supposed to be a joke. I realized.
Yeah, but I learned
Yikes.
I learned Shakespeare at a very young age, and it's like, you know,
you're lucky.
it's fun being like young and like knowing what Shakespeare is. Like I perform it sometimes. It's fun.
Well, you're lucky because when I was growing up with all that, I didn't learn about Shakespeare until I was year 9. That's around 13, 14. And even
Mhm.
then, it was
Wow.
difficult because the teacher that I had then had left halfway through the year. I was studying Richard III, and I had no idea on what the hell was going on the latter half
Oh, boy.
of the play because my teacher had left the school. I'm like,
It's like
Oh no.
exactly.
it's
Like, what am I
it's a
supposed
whole
to do?
nother language.
It's
It's a whole
exactly.
nother.
And because I'm
But
someone.
that's why we have the translations.
Yeah, you really do have to like I've actually seen books that have like translated versions of Shakespeare
That's
and
right.
I
God.
don't
I-
like them
Yeah.
because
I've
they're kind
been-
of bad.
I'm familiar. Well, I'm also I write as a hobby, so I'm also bilingual.
Same.
So like
Not bilingual, but writing.
um, but
Trying.
you're doing great.
You're doing
I'm
great.
not-
Okay.
Great, honey.
Okay, but like because of that, and I've been studying my second language since I was about 10, and I've been writing since I was 8. I have a very strong grasp on language, so like Shakespeare, like I remember reading Shakespeare in class, and like my classmates would always like turn to like one page and they'd be like, "Hey, what on earth does this mean?"
I know exactly. I'm like there to help them. Like, hey, do you need help with anything? We're reading Romeo and Juliet, and my teacher is like really not hiding away from the fact of what happens in the book
Oh my
at
god.
all. So it's like kids come up to me and like, hey, yo, what the hell are they saying?
Yeah, yo, what does mean? Help.
Especially
I
on
need a
my end as
translator.
well, because I'm someone who suffered a lot with Shakespeare as someone with ADHD,
Oh my God.
dyslexia. It
Uh-huh.
was a
Oh,
killer.
man.
It was an absolute killer. So whenever I try to ask for help, I got no such thing. It didn't help that my
Damn.
English class around year 10, 11 was the worst, especially being pelted with hardback dictionaries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If like you want to learn Shakespeare, you have to like have professional help learning it because as somebody who's like performed it like publicly in front of people, you have to understand what you're saying in order to say your lines correctly because otherwise you're just like
Yeah.
confused and the audience doesn't believe you
Exactly.
are.
Yeah.
I think it also doesn't help that Shakespeare is like of course Shakespeare is like, you know, some theater legend or whatever, but can we talk about how some of his plays are like pure bullshit?
Oh, they
Like-
are. They definitely
Like
are.
what on earth was a Midsummer like what on earth
Yeah,
was a Midsummer Night's
Midsummer
Dream?
was
A
weird.
Midsummer Night's Dream was so wacky.
Like a Midsummer Night's Dream is literally just like a shit post. Like good god.
Midsummer Night's Dream is a horny shit post, and I hate it.
Oh,
my
Lord.
gosh.
Okay, like,
I remember
Shakespeare-
reading before that like Shakespeare did like plagiarism, like with
Oh
my
writing.
God.
Yes, I heard
Yeah.
rumors about that as well. I don't know if
I
that's
heard this
actually
too,
true.
yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah,
true it is.
Shakespeare, like I
Oh, yeah.
remember I was reading like one monologue of Shakespeare's in particular, and it was like as the sun comes over the horizon, as the
Juliet
rivers
is-
flow or whatever, it was like just saying stuff like that over and over, like all these absolutes, and it was like what on earth does this mean? And it literally was just saying like I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise, just over and over.
Yeah, basically.
Like Shakespeare, like he has my respect for just like the audacity. Like what on earth?
you have
Redundancy
the
is
Audacity
redundant.
of this guy.
Like the
The
audacity.
audacity of this bitch.
Oh my god. I can't imagine acting out his shit. Good god.
No.
Oh gosh, it's
Jesus.
really
Man,
It's
how did
really,
they do
like,
like
hard.
the?
No.
What was it?
nothing.
Go
I was just
ahead.
saying it's really
Oh.
hard.
Oh, I mean, could you? I don't know how they did the live action Romeo and Juliet that they set in like, what was it, New York?
Oh, the Baz
Oh,
Luhrmann.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Some
No,
city with like
that
terrible
with, like, crime.
movie.
That is so bad.
That
No.
movie was so
No.
jarring.
No, I actually love that movie. I'm very insulted that y'all hate it because I actually love it.
It's
That's
a loving mess.
That's
It
valid.
is.
It's just like it's really I don't know. I think the part that's most jarring about it to me is that like, you know, it's like it's like sacrilege to perform anything but like the original text of Shakespeare's plays.
Well,
Basically.
You know what it is?
I feel like
You know what it is?
um,
It's because it's not
Mm.
British.
Wow.
That's probably
That
the
doesn't
reason why a
even
lot of people
sound
hated it.
British.
It didn't,
Say
though.
that.
okay, but like, here's my thing with that movie. I like it how they made Romeo and Juliet's death actually tragic. Like, she wakes up the moment he takes the poison, and I'm like, bro, what the? Look at her. She's
I mean, if
Okay, that's valid.
it's-
That's valid.
If it's valid. If it's performed exceptionally well, then yeah, I can actually
Yeah.
believe that sort of thing can
Leonardo
happen.
DiCaprio.
But if it's anything less, nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like Leonardo
Ability.
DiCaprio just playing Jack.
Na, na,
Jack
na,
from Titanic.
Na, 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 na.
Lord, okay.
First soundtrack. Sorry.
And we were at where?
Alright.
What
Where
makes
were we?
us want to be a voice actor?
We were talking about being a voice actor, and then we started going.
Yeah, well, Aaron was answering that question, and then we went off.
We went on.
Shakespeare.
Okay, well, speaking of, we'll move on straight to the next question.
Ooh.
So, Anya,
Okay.
Yes.
so what actor has inspired you to pursue acting?
Actually, I have 3. One is Robin Williams because Robin
Oh,
Williams.
taste.
Of course.
Good choice.
2 is Tim Curry because Tim Curry.
Because it's Tim Curry.
Yeah.
of
Go
course.
on.
He's a
And
gem.
number 3 is actually a kind of a shock, but Danny Elfman. He plays Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
Yes!
And
Oh.
I just love how he plays with his voice when he's singing like his songs. Like he's playing with his voice. Like it's not just all one tone of voice. It's like he goes up and down. He
Yeah.
makes it funny, and that's what I kind of try to do with my lines. Like I try to change the tone.
Of course.
That's
I absolutely love
awesome.
his singing performance of that. But some people seem to believe that Danny Elfman is also the actor for the character as well.
No.
It's not.
No, it's
Mhm.
actually 2 separate people, but you can't tell because they're both so great at like
Yeah.
Exactly.
being
Yeah.
each other. Yeah. I would say a
That's
few
so
others. I have like a lot of like legendary voice actors that I just absolutely am inspired by.
We
But
don't
yeah.
want
Rapid
this
fire
to go
round.
too long than it needs to, though.
No.
I mean, we could rapid fire around it.
I mean, we could. We'll probably leave that to the end, though.
Yeah, we'll save it for the end. We'll save it for the
Yeah.
end. Where all of us just collectively say every single person that we have on our mind and overlap one another, so it's just utter chaos.
Oh no!
God.
I'm gonna die.
That's gonna be worse than the Shakespeare conversation.
Oh,
God bless.
God.
Shakespeare in the episode of shitposts. But anyway,
God bless.
Okay. So, Aster.
So the actors who inspired me to pursue voice acting, obviously Mugman, like.
oh hey, we're talking about legendary voice actors.
Doesn't
Come on.
have to be legendary voice actors.
Aren't
Yeah,
you a
do
legendary voice actor?
The host is right.
God, it's been nice going together with Mugman. But if we're talking more of like big names, are any of you familiar with? I would hope you are, but you know Love Live?
Yes.
In some
Absolutely.
ways, in a manner of speaking,
I know of
Yeah.
it. That's about it.
I know
Yes,
of
it
it,
is.
but that's it.
I
Yeah.
One
I
of the voice actors. Well, so Love Live was also kind of a bridge for me to get into voice acting because Love Live is a series that features great music, and also the same idols are actually the ones voice acting. So my favorite character in Love Live is Ruby, and So I looked up I looked up a bunch of interviews with her voice actor, and in one of them, they also asked her, like, what inspired you to become a voice actor? And she said that she's an artist, and when she was little, she would draw characters for all of her friends at school, and then all of them would give her characters voices.
Wow.
And
Oh
she realized that voices are kind of what breathe life into a character, and I thought that was just beautiful. So I
That sounds
remember when
lovely.
right? So when I saw that, it was just like, I wanna do that. I wanna breathe life into characters. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I want to bring life. CPR characters go breathe.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So
But
V-
yeah, like
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were still going.
I'm pretty much finished. It's just like I just thought that description was really lovely. So
It is.
even now I think of the characters
So sweet. Oh my god.
That's
like
very
as
sweet.
breathing life. I love it. Anyway, go ahead.
Next.
Mine are Yuri Lowenthal and his wife.
That's a good one.
Oh my
The
god.
Oh,
taste.
Tara Platt.
Yeah.
My
Nice,
best
I
friend's
love-
favorite VA is him, so
Nice.
And I've talked to them before, and like they were really supportive
Oh my
at
god.
like the whole, yeah, you should like do voice acting so long as like you do like the training and everything. And like I was like really touched by like his performance as Spider-Man as well. So
That's right. He was Spider-Man. Yeah.
He was.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing.
and yeah, that kind of kickstarted it all for me, really.
that's
Like,
amazing.
Taste. 100%.
Absolute
Ooh, I know,
taste.
right?
We got the good people in here.
Fenrir?
Okay. Oh, it do be my turn. So there are 3 that come to mind right off the bat. Up first, Roger Craig Smith.
Oh. Oh.
Yes,
Oh!
yes, yes,
Goody.
yes, yes.
He-
Love-
I respect the man simply because he has so much range, and you never know that it's him.
That's
No,
true.
It's
Absolutely.
remarkable to me.
That's true.
He's
Absolutely.
Sonic the Hedgehog. He's Ezio from Assassin's Creed.
Oh my god.
what?
He's
Yeah,
Ezio.
yeah.
that.
That blew my mind.
Just
What else
those
is
two
there?
alone, like from the same man. Hello?
Yeah.
I think it was he was most recently, like from what I remember, I think it was Clagor in Arcane.
Dude.
Which is- He
Done.
I didn't even notice that it was him until I saw his name in the end
That's
credits.
crazy.
I'm just telling you, this man has so much talent. It is remarkable to me. He is such an inspiration. He is so goddamn talented. Okay, number 2, Dave Fenoy.
Yes, Lee Everett.
Lee Everett from the Walking Dead Telltale series.
yeah,
Most-
yeah, yeah, yeah,
most
yeah.
notably,
Oh, I know who
Dave
you're on about
Fenoy's
now.
voice. Yeah, Dave Fenoy's voice is one of the sexiest things I think I've ever heard in
God,
my entire
yes.
life. And
Yes.
I think all of us can collectively agree that man has the most gorgeous vocal cords.
Oh
Just
yes,
like-
please.
Oh my
my
god, it's
God.
all,
I just
Like- me when Dave Fenoy calls Clementine Sweet Pea. I just I die every time. He's so, oh my gosh, he's so
Oh my God.
talented.
Like,
Perfect.
I
Oh,
love the Walking
man.
Dead video games like so much that like when I just play
Yeah.
it, I just like say Clementine's voice lines and it's just like I still get emotional.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
You guys
Yeah,
are gonna kill
and then
me.
there's-
You guys are gonna kill me. I've never played the Walking Dead games.
Oh,
You have to.
That makes
Aaron,
me
you
so
have to.
sad.
You
It
cannot
is-
get on me, Aaron. No, you cannot get on me about RE and say that you haven't played the Walking Dead games.
Oh God, am I getting?
You cannot
am I
do
getting
that to
reprimanded?
me.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
the
mean-
violence.
Am I being
Yeah, that
reprimanded
brings
here?
a-
Oh my God.
Come
Yes,
on,
you
you
are.
need to play it. You need
Someone
to
woke
play
up
it.
and chose violence.
For
So
real.
you chose violence.
So I chose violence. Yes.
So I started
I guess that brings
blasting.
up.
Anyways, for the game, it's really great. It's like honestly the
Yeah.
best thing created in 2012. Also other things too.
I mean, don't
Yeah,
get
I,
me wrong.
Yeah.
I guess there's also Oh, sorry, go on.
Don't get me wrong. I've watched The Walking Dead up to the beginning of season 11. I can't get into it anymore. The TV show. So
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough. I stopped
Don't
getting
worry,
into it
the
after,
game
like,
is
season
completely
8.
detached.
Yeah, the game is like it's like a completely different world, but it's like kind of the same. Oh, one of the characters shows up from the TV show though, but only for like a brief episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know, it's so
basically.
sad.
who?
Glenn.
Fun.
Oh, Glenn. Oh, I miss that guy.
You know, literally like the best character of the
I
show.
miss that
Yeah,
guy.
basically.
I was like,
Oh.
alright, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, I guess that brings up another person though, Melissa Hutchinson, who voices Clementine in that game. Oh my gosh,
Oh.
she is so talented.
Her range.
Yeah,
I thought it was
because,
a little girl like when I first heard it. It's like,
absolutely, but I mean, it's incredible to me because what is it? They also voiced Turing in the 2064 Read Only Memories. Yeah, she was so talented. Okay. Last one, Laura Bailey.
Oh, of
And it's
course,
only-
yes.
Oh, most
Only-
definitely, Laura. She's on my list too.
I only say that because Last of Us Part 2, she showed a video of like her pretending to get stabbed, and it
my
was
Wow.
such a oh my god.
She's incredible.
It's truly incredible. Truly incredible. Anyway,
Motion
I
capture
mean,
is like amazing.
Don't get me wrong, her performance in that is nothing but exceptional. But I have my gripes with the game.
oh my god. Yeah, we'll
Fair.
get into that another time.
Yeah,
I
another
hate
time.
that game.
Another time.
But I
It's gonna be a
still
whole
think-
other podcast, all right? We can
Yeah.
we can start griping about games.
Yes, another podcast would do, but this one, nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like Last of Us Part 2, but I think Laura Bailey legitimately deserves the most awards from her performance in that game. It was
Mhm.
exceptional.
Yes.
An Emmy at
Nothing
least.
less.
All I can say is Kaine, if you've played Nier.
Yes.
Oh,
Wife.
I love that
Kinda. I love her.
Those games are amazing. It makes me shed a tear every single time I play them. It's so good. I'm actually crying right
I
now.
love her.
Best video game soundtrack ever
Oh
made.
my god,
hands
I'm
down.
actually crying right now. Oh my god.
Aaron, please.
Guys, we'll just have like our first podcast and we're already making people cry. Can we?
I love
It's-
the Nier
it's alright.
games so goddamn much. They're that
I haven't
good.
actually played them.
Look, there's a reason that their orchestra that performs for the Nier games is literally like a worldwide thing. It is the best music you will ever hear in a video
Oh
game.
hell yeah.
I know the
Hands
music. but I've
down.
just never played the.
Hands down.
All I can
It's
say
Anyway,
again, if you play
Yeah.
the games, they are such an experience. It's
Yeah.
Oh my god, the acting in both the first. And
Yeah,
the
I've
second
seen
is
acting
so
from
good.
Near Automata, and yes,
All I can say is Karma.
I love the acting in. Yeah, 9S, 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 my boy,
Such
my
a
boy, my
good
boy. He's my
boy.
boy.
Anyways,
He's a good boy.
Oh, we're sidetracking again.
Yeah,
Yeah, your turn. I'm sorry.
it is my turn.
Yes,
Yes.
it is. Go ahead, Yen.
So I have a list. Oh boy, do I have a list, but I'll concise it. Basically any of the VAs that star on Critical Role, all of them.
Ooh.
All of them
Oh
are
my
good.
God.
So,
Yes,
you know,
really?
Matthew Mercer, Travis
God.
Willingham, Laura Bailey, Ashley, fuck, I'm like forgetting a lot of their names, but like, yeah, Liam O'Brien, there we go.
Of course.
And
Oh,
there's
Liam
a handful
O'Brien.
of others, but yeah, like basically that whole cast is incredible. Taliesin Jaffe, God, I love that man. I love that man. He's great.
Alison Jaffe, this sounds very familiar.
I can't really give you any performances that I can think of off the top of my head, but if you've ever watched Critical Role, he is Percival in season 1, and I love his performance. It's very good. But anyway, basically them, and I just also really, I love, like, I'm gonna plug Aster and Mugs here for a minute, but one of my favorite pastimes is like that keeps me interested in voice acting, at least on a more surface level, is being able to voice things with friends and going through games with them and things like that, and that helps me stay interested and helps revive my spark whenever I'm not feeling it when I'm voicing by myself.
No way, that's the same thing I do with my friends. It's like.
Mm-hmm. And I just re-answer it and then we continue.
I
Would
believe
that work?
Would help, yes.
Because then what you could do is you could just cut out stuff later, and like adjust.
Yeah, well, I'm
Yeah.
planning on editing the majority of it down anyway for the YouTube version.
Yeah, so I
Hmm.
think that would work, and then you wouldn't have to thumb through like, man, where did it cut off? Like, we know it cut off during me, so the obvious solution is for me to just re-answer the question.
had to happen tonight, didn't it? Fuck me.
Yeah, you know. It's hey, guys, listen.
Listen.
At least we kept the Shakespearean nonsense, okay? It's still there.
At least we kept the Shakespeare. Good God.
Aaron, you have to do us a favor. If you're
Yeah?
gonna cut things out, you need to make a blooper reel.
Oh God, I would definitely do that.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity.
Take
of this bitch.
everything you don't use and throw it into the blooper archives.
I'm like begging you to keep the Shakespeare conversation archived somewhere. I'm like, please.
Well, to be fair, I'm gonna keep the majority of it for a different website anyway. So
Okay.
yeah.
Fair.
As long as I can access it.
Yeah, it's just like I want to be able to hear it.
Imagine that being in the video and people are commenting, "What the heck are they talking about Shakespeare? What the hell is
Shakespeare?"
Yeah. All right. So, do we want to restart from when I answer?
Yes, please. I do have it recording now, so if you would like to.
All right.
go ahead.
Cool.
All right.
Go ahead and re-ask the question, and then I'll bounce off of that.
Okay, so the question is, what actor has inspired you to pursue acting?
So for me, it would have to be the majority of the Critical Role cast. So, you know, big names like Matthew Mercer, Laura Bailey, Liam O'Brien, Travis Willingham, Taliesin Jaffe, Sam Riegel. I think I named all of them except for Ashley because I don't recall her last name. But basically, she's Ellie in The Last of Us, so I don't remember her last name.
Oh, Ashley Johnson.
Ashley Johnson, there we go. You've got me.
Ashley
Yeah,
Johnson,
mainly
she's a sweetheart.
those lads. Yeah, she's wonderful. She is wonderful. I adore her. There is this neat little streamer that I like to watch sometimes, and I get some. I actually like. I sometimes refer to him whenever he's performing, and I kind of get some tips from him when he's doing things. His name's Elegy, and he streams on Twitch all the time. He likes to do games that don't have any voice acting, and then he'll give voices to all those characters.
Really?
And it's really intriguing to watch him because I especially love when he's doing Ace Attorney games. He has a lot of fun with those. He's done the recent ones too, if I remember right. The archives are up. I need to go watch those. They're fun. And then the other thing is I'm gonna pull Aster and Muggs on here real quick and put them on the spot, but
Oh dear.
I really enjoy playing through. What keeps me like interested in voice acting, keeps my spark alight, is like I like voice acting with friends, like just going back through games that I really enjoy or going through new ones and putting voices to those characters and doing projects with those friends. And one person that I really have to give a lot of credit to for like furthering my growth and reawakening my interest in voice acting when I thought I was going to quit is Elio, because and one person I stumbled upon really Elio have to give a lot of credit to like for I wandered into one of his streams one day through mutual friends, and I noticed that he really loved voice acting, and like he was playing Witch's Heart at the time, and I was like, we should collab. That would be really fun. And so we collabed for a bit. We've done Ebe, we've done Soul Void. And probably one of my favorite playthroughs that I've done with him has to be our most recent one, Noel the Mortal Fate, because that helped me rediscover a lot of ranges that I still have and some new ones. And I don't know, just voicing with him has always been a wondrous pleasure, and I want to do more projects with him and all my other friends too.
Oh, that's
So
absolutely
lovely.
wonderful. To be fair, I'm actually familiar with Elio because he auditioned for one of my my now defunct projects.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And unfortunately, he wasn't able to play the character that I had in mind for him. So.
Aw.
It's all right. He gets in a lot of projects all the time, and he's been trying to be a bit better about like managing his time when it comes to projects, because he's been in. It's not my place to say, but I can talk about it later.
Fair enough. No worries.
I know that he adores the Tales series though, as much as I do, and our mutual friend Barn. We all love that series, so.
Yeah, to be fair, he played well, he was supposed to play Elmel Marta.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I kind of screwed up on that one.
It's all right.
I guess it's my turn, isn't it?
It is your turn.
It is your turn.
Your turn.
Last time. Wait, hold on. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, shit. What comes after 4? Yes, it's your turn.
Okay. So
Don't worry,
have...
Mugman. I don't know what comes after 4 sometimes either.
Oh dear lord. Looks like we
All
have
right.
to go back to
Go
math
ahead,
class.
Aaron.
Okay, so I don't know. There's so many actors that come into mind. I think physically, in terms of a live action role, I would say if you're familiar with this actor, Viggo Mortensen.
Wait. What character? What character?
Aragorn.
Yeah, I had
I'm
the
sorry, I
biggest
didn't mean
crush
to-
on him when I was like 11. Thanks.
I'm so sorry. I slammed my
biggest.
desk there. I slammed my desk there. I'm sorry if that was loud. Oh my
No, that
gosh!
was perfect for comedic timing.
my
Holy
gosh!
shit.
The man.
I adore
put
that
so
man. Oh my
much-
god.
The man put so much into that role. It is unreal.
Oh my god!
God.
So good.
It came to a point where he broke 2 of his toes when he was filming the 2 towers.
Bruh.
He almost drowned in the 2 towers.
Jesus.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, with his 2 toes, Peter Jackson had asked him to kick the Urukai helmet towards the camera more and more,
Oh
and
no.
let out a loud scream. And so, when he could see that he was getting closer and closer and closer, and so when he kicked the final time, and you hear that almighty yell,
Yeah.
that is where he broke 2 toes, and that is the same.
God.
Oh my gosh!
And that is the same kick and scream that you see in the final cut of the movie.
Wow!
I figured. Oh my god, that's
Wow.
insane.
It is true, honestly. And the part where he almost drowned, for real, was when he was floating on the water before Brego came and found him.
Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, what had happened is he was floating towards a waterfall where he was where he's being pulled in, and he was stuck for a bit. And from what he was saying,
No.
from what he said in an interview, was he was using a lot of air, but he managed to kick
Oh,
himself
no.
out of it, and came out completely unscathed. The man had put so much into it. Another one was the Fellowship of the Ring, when he was fighting Lurtz, the last Urukai before the end of the movie,
Yeah. I remember that scene.
where he deflected the dagger. That wasn't CGI. That was him.
Oh,
that was him that
no.
did that. What cemented
Really?
his badassery to me was the fact that he deflected that in real life. What had happened was the actor that was playing the Urukai, the prosthetics had blinded him, and he had completely missed the
Oh
mark.
no.
So that when he
Oh,
threw
no.
it full force, all you hear is a metal clang, and it's off. It's gone. The dagger is gone. Viggo had successfully deflected a flying metal dagger towards him. That was
That's crazy.
badass.
I want to look up this video right now.
I
really want to
Honestly,
see
look
these.
it up. It is the it's under the behind the scenes appendices. It's
Really?
so
Okay.
cool.
I'm also going to gush Aaron specifically about him because when I was growing up, the 2 fandoms that I started out in are ew, Harry Potter, no one cares about that obviously. And then yeah, no one cares about it now anyway. And then Lord of the Rings was my very first fandom. Like my very first. Like I am the biggest fucking nerd. And when I saw Aragorn on screen the very first time, 9-year-old me, I was just like, that's a man. I like him.
It's like, am
And I was like, that was my
There is a
first,
man.
that was my first fucking actor crush was him.
He's
So
so
I'm just like, what, like shaking my hands right now because I'm just like, yeah, he's hot. You're right.
God, he's such a, oh my lord.
badass.
He's such a man.
He is. He is. He really is. Another actor of mine is a Chinese martial artist known as Donnie Yen. I'm not sure if you've seen the movies Ip Man.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His
That's awesome.
his knack for learning martial arts within a certain amount of time is ridiculous. Because when he was growing up, he learned martial arts from his mother, and this is at the time where you were trained to be hardened warriors. And so when he translated that into movie, and he became not just an actor but a choreographer as well in fight scenes, it was incredible. You can literally see a dance happening on screen, like many martial artists at the time, like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, people like that. It looked and felt like a genuine fight was happening, only because, you know, when you have a Hong Kong studio like that has the patience and time to sit down and get it done, and I mean perfect it, you get a beautiful dance of flying fists and kicks.
I think there's like an art or dance in like fighting because of how like the like what you said, the effort they put into those movies. I'm a huge sucker for those like old like
the old Hong Kong martial arts
movie. Yeah, like just as like Bruce Lee and them, because like they're just like so good and the fighting is just so breathtaking.
Oh, definitely. And because I also have a background in martial arts, my dad taught me in Taekwondo. It had a lot of inspiration for me as well. But then again, I haven't trained in a while, so it kind of defeats the purpose at this point. In terms of voiceovers, Troy Baker.
Yeah.
Troy Baker, hands down.
Troy
Batman.
Baker, Nolan
Batman.
North,
Batman.
the big
Troy Baker.
Exactly.
Batman,
To me, that man puts everything into his voice roles. Some pop out to me in terms of anime. Mainly Kanji Tatsumi from Persona 4 anime. Mainly Kanji Tatsumi.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Bloom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spike Speaker.
I have another one too that I literally forgot about until you mentioned Troy Baker, because my nerd brain cell for BioShock activated. Carl Hanover. Carl Hanover for Atlas. That guy has me bad. I love his voice performance for Atlas. Yeah. I adore Atlas, like his performance as Atlas. Anytime I hear it in Burial at Sea or in like the original BioShock, I get out of my chair and I do a little jump because I'm just like I love your performance.
Andrew Ryan.
Especially like
Andrew
the fucking
Ryan.
orbital lobotomy scene is probably my favorite fucking voice performance of all time between both of those actors. That is my favorite scene in any BioShock game.
Oh my gosh. Oh, taste. That scene.
Absolute taste.
It's incredible.
As well as Troy Baker with Ashley Johnson in The Last of Us Part 1.
Joel and Ellie. Oh my lord, how could you not say?
Very good.
Amazing.
Oh, and Ollie, I'm sorry. That just like gets me so emotional.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it.
On to the next question. Anya,
Nice.
this one's for you.
Yes.
What is your dream role to be in?
So this may sound like very generic, but it's like a Disney princess. Because I've always like why am I crying? Okay, so I just like really love the Disney movies, and especially the Disney princess. I feel like most of them get a lot of bad rap for being like horrible female role models, but like, you know.
Yeah.
It depends on the movies that you
look at
as well.
It depends on like the movies. Like some of them aren't bad. Like if people say like Cinderella is an awful female representation. Anyways, yeah, it's a Disney princess. It's like a Disney princess for me, but a classic Disney princess, not like recent ones you see like Moana really, or like just more classic.
What kills me is that Moana's not even a princess to begin with. She's a daughter of a chief, but
Yeah,
they
she's
consider
not a
her to be
princess.
Disney princess. How the hell does that work?
She's not a princess.
She's not a
I
princess.
don't know, and then Maui's like, if you wear a dress and you own a pet, you are a princess. No, it doesn't. That's not how it works.
Yeah, but that's
By that
but
knowledge,
that's just him
by
taking the mic.
that
That's
logic,
him
I'm
taking the
also
piss.
a Disney princess.
I mean, like, yeah, but here's the thing with Disney. In order to become a Disney princess, your movie has to make a ton of money, like over 100 million, like 100 million, and like,
I haven't met that
and
requirement.
and have a marketable dress.
But even then, it still doesn't make sense because some of the main female characters in the movies aren't
Pocahontas,
princesses
hello?
to begin with. Look at Mulan as an
Mhm.
example. Her
Oh, I
story-
adore
Right.
Mulan.
Oh my
adore
gosh, Mulan.
I like the
That was
next
a
person.
good
But
movie.
the thing with Mulan is that she was never a princess to begin with. She was the daughter of a soldier who could not fight in a war, and her story
Yeah, but
is
she's, like,
based
even-
off a Chinese folklore tale.
But she's like even greater than a princess. She's the warrior of China.
Exactly. She is the
That's like
savior.
way-
She is a savior.
Yeah, and even in the sequel, we don't talk about the sequel, but
Yeah, we
The
don't.
sequel-
We can talk about like 90% of Disney sequels.
Sequel
Come
where?
on.
Except for Lion King 2,
Sequel.
that one was good.
Lion King's
Okay,
Okay,
fair,
honestly,
fair
the,
enough.
Yeah.
the Cinderella sequels were also very good.
I've never seen them.
Oh, I also like,
They're okay.
Lion King 2 was like better. Think of Romeo and Juliet, just real quick.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, at
Big-
least it wasn't a massive shitpost.
True.
Mhm.
Shut up.
I mean,
Anyways.
don't get me wrong. Like you said, it's generic, but I can admire that. You know, the what's the word I'm looking for? That
Just
motivation.
being like a role model for young girls, you know.
Of course, yeah.
Hmm.
And that's what any woman would want, is to be a role model for every woman, every young girl, biological or otherwise. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And
If you
Disney's
feel
like
So
always-
true.
yeah, if you feel like that you're that inspiration for a young generation, then go for it. Because my daughters,
Yeah,
they're growing up with stuff like that, and to see other people that I know wanting to become role models for them, I want to support that.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're
Hell
welcome.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Be a Disney princess.
For
Be a role
real.
model.
Oh, for
Be
real,
Yeah.
a
do
Disney
that.
princess.
Yeah.
Man, you're making me want to be a Disney princess now.
You are a Disney
You
princess.
have to hit the
Oh, wait,
the
no,
role
you
of male
haven't- you
wife
haven't
first.
made the- Yeah, you need to hit male wife first. Come on, it's a ladder. You gotta go slowly up, rung by rung.
I mean, I could be a drag princess if you like. That'd be fun.
No.
What do you want me
To be
do?
fair,
Get some
I've
drag
dabbled
noodles?
in drag as well, so
Drag
Alright,
queen
fair.
freak Godmother, hello.
yes.
Bro.
Sashay.
All right.
Lovely.
So, I think it's Aster's turn now, right?
Yes, it is Aster's turn.
Yes.
It is indeed my turn, but I really don't have anything like special to say. I don't really have any like particular dream roles, I guess. Like I think it would be really nice to get into Genshin Impact because
Oh, that'd be cool.
I love to.
because of just of course I love the game and I love all of the love that's put behind every character. Like heck, they hired an opera singer, like professional top level opera singer
That's right.
to-
Yes.
to play one of
Yeah.
their characters, and it's in a 4-star character, so not even the highest rarity. And like there's just, you can tell that there's so much love behind the characters, and I just think it would be really awesome to be a part of that.
Like you can have your own like design. And,
Yeah,
oh
oh
yeah.
my god.
Like I've already thought of my own thing, but you know.
That's awesome.
Wait, what vision? What vision? What vision?
What vision?
Oh.
She's basically like this cryo, and she's like very focused on like
Cryo taste.
constructive combat, like combinations of fighting and stuff, and
What
Oh?
weapon?
Sounds like a polearm
Um,
user to me.
yeah, pull
Yeah, it does sound like one.
Nice.
And that was just a guess.
If I had to think
yeah,
of
but
one,
no, it's pull and it basically should just like helps you like better combos to defeat enemies and stuff. It's a dream.
That's awesome. I love
That's
that.
awesome. That is absolutely
Uh,
awesome.
If I had a Genshin character, I'd want to be the first Hydro Catalyst DPS.
Ooh,
Yes,
that'd be
I
quite
mean,
difficult
I'm
to get
a-
hold of.
that
I'm-
fits you.
Right?
I mean, I'm a sucker for any bow character ever, and
Goro?
Cryo is really, really
You
cool.
and I are gonna be archers.
So-
I'd be a healer archer. I'm not sure if I would do Cryo or Dendro though.
Ooh.
I just want something that
Dendro.
moving speedy, moving quick, and hitting hard. That's
Yeah.
the playstyle. Monster Hunter has changed my life. Anyway.
God bless.
I
But-
don't really like the bow characters because I suck at aiming in general.
Mood.
Oh my gosh!
No one would pull on our banners, Mugman. Sad day.
No bow
But,
rights.
Oh, lovely.
really, like, I would like to be in Genshin, but also like I'm not really like obviously I don't really think that that's attainable, just because the way that the English dub works at least is they don't hold auditions. They well no they do, but you have to be under an agency, and I'm too young to-
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so-
extremely limiting.
Yeah,
I just wish
so
we could-
there's no way that I could audition. But really like I've received roles in like small little indie games, and like heck in both of the games I'm voicing the protagonist and 2 side characters. So that's 6 characters in 2 games.
Mhm.
I have
Still pretty
range, I
cool.
promise. But
But it's just having that recognition, isn't it?
yeah, like I think I would like to just kind of slowly get into smaller games like this, and then maybe later on I'd like to go big leagues. It doesn't really matter like what it is, but I just really love voice acting.
Honestly, that's totally fine because going for the big leagues, it's hard. It's like really hard. because
Yeah.
Nobody because what they want is they want recognized people that are at least recognizable enough.
Mm,
And
I mean,
you
yeah,
know,
if you got a
Yeah.
reputation, it's all the more likely that you're gonna get cast.
yeah.
like-
Mhm.
celebrity voice actors, kind of. It's kind of
Them
like,
triple A's, man. They get
Yeah.
it easy.
There's a major difference
Yeah.
between being a AAA actor in Hollywood and being a voice actor in anime and video games.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
there are still triple A's for anime and video games. Like
True.
Vic Mitochondria.
Oh no!
It's still a sore subject on Vic Mignogna for a lot of people.
That's why I called him Mitochondria.
Fair enough.
Powerhouse of the cell.
The powerhouse of the cell.
But yeah, always like don't try to aim too high, or you'll end up missing small targets that could give you like better bonuses.
Oh, for
Mhm.
sure.
For
Like,
sure,
being-
but at the same time, you don't want to sell your dreams too short.
Yeah,
Oh,
That
for-
too.
yeah, definitely not. I'll just
What
like
works is
whatever.
Mhm.
I think it's just best to, reach for the moon, and if you fail, land among the stars.
And among the stars.
Like, I just like you can reach out your hand, and like maybe you'll miss something, but you could get something else. Like whatever ends up being in reach, I'll probably just try and get it. And I mean, heck, I can always audition, and even if I get turned down, at least I tried.
That's
So
it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I just like to keep growing like that without any particular big goal at the end.
That's it.
Mhm.
V?
Anyway,
Hmm?
You
I was
okay?
completely zoned out.
To be fair, it's like 1:28 in the morning for us anyway, so...
We got 3 questions left, guys. We can do it.
Come on.
We nearly
Come
there.
on.
Like it's a 3 a.m.
Just like you just pass out on the desk midway through, just like.
Oh, you
the
poor
reason
bastard.
I-
Sorry.
The dream role is.
We're over here rambling, keeping you 2 awake.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What was the question?
The question is, what is your dream role? Sorry. What is your dream role to be in?
Oh boy, honestly, I'd like to be in like an indie game, if I'm honest. And like I'd also like to one day like land in an anime if I can.
Hey,
Yeah,
yo.
manifest the anime. Yeah, manifest the anime. role.
That's the dream. I wanna dub over an anime and make it good.
Yeah.
Make it good.
For real.
But mostly I'm aiming for like indie games right now. So I think that's kind of where the dream is right now.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a
Yay.
stepping stone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So valid.
Is
Mugman?
it my?
Now, excuse me as I
turn?
sip my lemon and tea.
Oh, drink it.
Yeah.
By all means, yes.
Bless.
Please do.
Tea is incredible.
Exactly.
It's good.
Okay. So dream roll. Oh man, I've already met so many of mine already. It's crazy to me. Like, what is it? Well, there's an indie game that I voiced a character for, and it happened by like sheer coincidence. We were streaming a game made by the developers, and the developers actually tuned into the stream, and they like
Wow.
guided us through it. It was a lot of
Mhm.
fun.
Oh, that's
We
so
had a
cool.
lot of fun those streams. Yeah. And so they showed us the game that they're working on, and I got offered a role to be like
Oh
a
my
main
God.
character,
Really?
and it was incredible. Yeah, because
Whoa.
we did the same thing that that me and Aster and our other friend Miyu do all the time, where we just like cold read the visual novels and like RPG Maker
Yeah.
stuff and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun to do.
Mhm.
And it's good practice for like reading something and then reciting it quickly, but
Mhm.
also like keeping up a scene and adapting to one another and like reacting in certain ways depending on that.
Mhm.
But anyways, that already happened, and I'm kind of still freaking out about it. Sorry,
none
no,
of
no,
this
not
guys has
kinda,
been in
not
like a
kinda.
bunch of promotional material for the game as well.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
like I'm so
Like-
Not at this
happy
guy
about
who's
that.
also dating the head dev of that same
Yuri!
said game.
Can you believe this? Y'all.
Damn.
Yeah, I know
He got
the
it.
things
He
that you
went for
wouldn't
it and he
expect-
got it.
I wasn't even the one who went for it, okay? They went for it. What do you mean?
Shit, you're
Oh
fine.
my God.
But anyway. So yeah, that was a big dream of mine, to be like part of a project that I wasn't like I wouldn't say directly familiar with, but just a project. Something that is like actually being put out
Like
there
with
as content to
strangers.
consume. Yes, and that was really, really nice. I'm very, very happy
No,
about
no,
that.
no, 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 no.
I guess the next goal is.
You
Oh
good?
no!
No, it's doing it again.
You freeze again.
It's
Uh-oh.
No!
It's
No,
trying to
no,
do
no,
it
no.
again. No, don't do this to me.
Oh dear!
Oh dear.
No.
Oh,
Please.
All right, everybody,
Please.
stop talking. Let's just wait.
Hold on. Am I still in?
OBS
You are
clear?
still here. Is this still recording?
I don't know. Nothing's coming up.
You
It's
don't
so
know.
slow.
Let's stop talking until it gives you like the okay, I guess.
All right, time for Chuck Norris jokes.
Chuck Norris joke.
Shut up. No,
Oh
shut
no, it's just OBS basically saying not responding. I'm just gonna fuck up your evening.
Oh
Bro.
no!
Man, OBS doesn't
OBS,
like you
for
today.
real.
What the hell?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just wanted to.
That
I
game
completed
is
that
like
game in a day
Yeah.
with
well,
a trash can in front of me,
when I-
and my arms around it with
Wow,
the
fond
controller.
memories.
When I saw Ariel, I
The
like.
whole time I
legit
was
when-
playing it, and it kept me awake.
Yeah, I played that Princess Enchantment game too, and I was like, oh my gosh, Ariel.
It's-
Ariel's my favorite Disney princess. Ariel.
That's so valid. Oh my
Oh, man.
god.
She's like die.
Yeah, he's like
And
the
they're
main
like-
antagonist.
No, the main antagonist is the Blob. Like Oswald.
Oh, the
helps you, like-
Blob. Yes, that's right.
and like basically, like Mickey almost caused like an entire world to like delete itself. So
Wow.
Hello?
Wow, so he almost caused the apocalypse. Cool.
yeah,
Basically.
and it's actually like it has very dark elements. Like there's a there's an there's a
Oh
She's
shit.
doing a Mickey impression at this point now.
I'm
I'm gonna
I think
file a
this is-
lawsuit on you, Aaron, for you.
I'm a mascot. We have a corporation. I don't own the world's explosives.
Aaron.
I'm
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Oh lord.
God.
Okay, so we have derailed yet again. So before OBS breaks,
Yes,
one more
before
time,
OBS breaks and
could we
literally
perhaps
kills
get
my
through
brain
these
cells.
next 3 questions?
Oh shoot, yeah, good idea.
Of course, go ahead.
Oh,
Mugman.
So Mugman.
Okay,
where-
so what? What's up?
What?
You have to re-answer.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay, never mind. Question was, what desired like role?
Yeah.
Like,
What is your dream role to be in?
oh man, I mean, I have already met like a lot of the goals that I have. What is it? Like, yeah, I get to voice in an indie game now, and I've been in a lot of promo stuff, and it's really really nice. But I don't really have a set dream. I just want to A, be in more projects, and B, I want to do makes me sound cool. Like that's all it is. I want to do like anime noises. All right?
I want
Like,
to do cute
you know,
girl
like-
noises.
Like attacking, like I don't know, like attacking it. Like think like Link from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, like the
or-
little like ha ha.
Yeah, you know, so just like yes, yeah, exactly. Just that, or something like that. It'd be fun.
And the mic just peaked as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm very loud. Like I said, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, something like that. Something like that would be a lot of fun. I'm sorry, that was very loud. But yeah, just stuff that is like fighting. I think is really really fun
Sweet.
and being loud.
Alright.
I'm very noisy.
Yen.
Yeah, okay. So my dream role, I have a few actually. And I like a lot of Japanese indie games actually. Witch's Heart, Noel the Mortal Fate, Ebe, Casebook of Arne. So I'm hoping that all of those get animes at one point, and I have dream roles for all 4 of them. Willardo Adler or Sirius Gibson. If I could nail either of those 2, I'd be over the moon. Charon or Fugo Dressel from Noel the Mortal Fate. I would literally lose my mind if I got to be either of those 2 either. I want to be Gary so bad from Ebe. I adore him. And then Arne from Casebook of Arne. Yes, thank you. Just those are my main men. And yes,
so
all of them are men.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, give me all the guy roles. I'm tired of people being like, man, this sounds great for a tomboy girl. No, bitch, give me guy roles.
No, give me the guy
I'm an
role.
envy. Give me men roles.
No.
Do it.
I'm gonna be a guy, goddammit. I can do the masculine. You hear it? I can do it. So give it to me.
I could do it.
Do it. I mean,
Yeah,
mean,
that's basically
Raw
my cup of
masculinity, testosterone, other
Through
manly
the roof.
things. Through the roof.
What the hell? Is
All right,
going
so
on?
Aaron, how
I'm
about
being
you
manly.
then?
yeah, Aaron, I want to know.
This is quite a difficult one because it's run through my mind so many different times. There was one time where I wanted to do a lot of screen acting, and then when I got the idea, after watching more and more anime as a teenager, this is from 16 up to now, that was solely what I wanted to do more, was voice acting, maybe in anime, maybe in video games.
Yeah.
Whatever I could get my hands on is, the one thing that I want to strive for. So if I can get my hands on maybe an anime role or a video game role, as someone from England, that would be a dream come true for me. Because where you have, let's say, the voice actor that plays Chung Yun in Genshin Impact, his actor is British. So hearing that just adds more inspiration to me wanting to do so much more.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah, I'd love to be in games or anime, honestly, specifically indie games, like everyone else was saying. I love the idea of like offering voice talent to indie games more so than AAAs lately, just because indies most definitely treat like people they work with way better,
That's
from what I
true.
noticed.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's so many. There's like a variety of indie games out there, especially like in horror. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's definitely
absolutely.
a lot from what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
It's
Man.
still incredible though.
yeah,
Anyway.
being in a project. Oh, sorry.
That's alright. So next question is, what is your current equipment setup? So this is to do with your microphone, maybe the laptop or computer that you use, as well as your audio interface, your phantom power.
Share.
It's quite an unorthodox question. I
Okay,
understand that
okay,
now, but it's still quite interesting to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, for me, I don't use a lot of professional equipment because one, I'm like a young age, and my dad won't really like. I don't really want to ask my parents to buy me those like expensive mics. I have my room is not suitable enough for a booth. I don't really have that access to like having a professional setting, so I just use I have a microphone at home. I'm not with it right now currently because I had to like go somewhere for the night. But
It's alright.
yeah. So I use a blue Yeti mic. I have an MSI computer. It's like a gaming computer, really, because
I have the exact same one.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that's basically it. Like, no sound filter, no nothing. Just me, just making sure my neighbors are not being too loud or like.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Aster?
I don't really have a professional setup either. I have a walk-in closet. No, dear. Sorry, I have a big dog wandering around me.
I don't hear it.
None of
She's
us can hear her. It's
None of
fine.
us can hear it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, hello. But I don't really have a like professional setup or anything. I have a walk-in closet, which has been fine so far. Supposedly, even when I was using a headphone mic, people couldn't tell when I recorded in there, which was pretty neat. So now most of the time I record in there, but today I'm just at my desk because I remember once I recorded here instead of in my closet, and the sound came out like really well. So, and plus it's more comfortable here. So
Oh yeah.
I'm just kind of vibing here for now.
Not fair enough. V?
Yeah, my setup isn't exactly like the most professional, but like I use a Rode NT1A microphone with like a pop filter, and I have it on my desk, and I have like bits of sound absorbing foam on my walls. So, but like just the one wall that I face. So
Right.
that's mostly my setup.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes, that would be your turn, Mugman.
Well, I have a very minimal setup. It's like Anya. I also have like an MSI laptop. Really nice. I love this thing so goddamn much. I used to have like a I don't remember if it was like $30 or $40. Like 30, 40 US dollars. I used to have the Tonor TC777. and that microphone was pretty good for the price. But recently I was able to save up enough, and I actually got the HyperX Quadcast.
Ooh.
Yeah, like pretty
wow.
popular mic for like a lot of streamers. I mean, typically wherever I record, I do it in my closet because like clothes, it absorbs a lot of the sound, and it also dulls a lot of the sound, especially because I'm in a house with a lot of noisy people. I'm hoping you can't hear them right now, but
We can't.
good. That's the important part, and that's another benefit of the hype of the Quadcast, because like my it dulls a lot of the sound behind me, and it's just like it's. I'm hoping that the audio is okay, but like it's so convenient, and I love this thing to pieces. It's very minimal, I'd say. Like I have really good stuff, and I'm very happy with what I have. I don't think I'm gonna change for like years, but still, it's literally just laptop, microphone, closet, cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, really, if anything, but it still sounds pretty cool. Yen?
So for me, I recently changed living situations, but my old setup was I also had a walk-in closet, and it had so many clothes and like plushies lining the walls that it kind of counted as soundproofing. So like I really preferred when I recorded in there. And I still use the same microphone that I do when I was in there, which I'm using a headset for now. It's a SteelSeries Pro. It's not the worst, but I am looking to actually upgrade to the microphone that Mugman has, the HyperX Quadcast, just because it seems convenient. And
It really is.
yeah, and like this one's fine for what I have for now, but it's not good for when I want to record singing. And that's something I also want to do, is be able to record singing. And then I kind of rely on Audacity to doctor my audio. And this wonderful POS that I'm using as a computer is a dinky little Lenovo that's probably about 5-7 years old now. So it's falling
Nice.
apart at the seams, and I need
Oh.
I need a new computer, basically.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I am doing my best, but I can barely run OBS, and it's not a good time, so I'm working on it.
Oh, what a coincidence. Same with me as well. Oof.
Yeah, that is the running joke of today's podcast.
It really is.
A few OBS.
It's like,
Anyway,
fuck
we're gonna
OBS.
cut this off mid-sent.
All right, so Aaron, what about your setup?
Yeah, Aaron, I'm
So
curious about
my
yours.
setup in terms of a recording space, I mainly use my bedroom, mine and my wife's bedroom, to do a lot of voice recording in, because you don't have a lot of reverb in the room. So currently I'm in the front room because everyone's asleep, and it's the best place to do some recording, do this and that when I'm doing it late night. So at the moment, I have a Zingio condenser XLR microphone along with an M Audio Air 192 phantom power unit.
Wow.
It's not professional
Okay.
regardless, but it feels like it. Like, it truly does feel
Yeah,
like
Yeah, upgrading
and
microphones.
I'll
is
say that it
another
definitely does
feeling.
sound like it after having to listen to your performance in the project that you and I are doing for most of today while we were animating that.
it. That's right,
So
yeah. But
yeah, everyone's impressed with your ability to die on mic, by the way.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my god.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh.
God, you sound incredible.
True.
Yeah, they've been nerding out about it for most of the day, and
Oh,
since
God,
hearing the recording.
Don't, you're making me blush. Stop.
That's
Oh,
what
God.
everybody does. That's what every
Oh.
single person here is like. You have a beautiful ass voice and you voice act beautifully. It's the exact same reaction. It's going to
Yeah.
Oh, God.
be. Stop. You're stop it, please.
No, seriously, because when I hear myself, and honestly, I've always considered my voice to be annoying, especially if you
Aw,
know
what?
me as a kid. Like, I used to have the most annoying voice. Looking back at it now, so hearing that from you guys does help a lot
Aw.
Yeah, you're doing great.
in self-confidence. It does help that much. So
I'm gonna raise
If-
my hand in agreement. The same thing happened to me.
Yes,
My-
same.
My little boy voice.
Everybody who is embarrassed of their voice at any point in time and also is not confident, say I.
I.
Literally everybody
Oh,
said
that's this
I.
whole room.
Come on, like that's what I'm saying.
Gang.
If there's anything I've learned through like my voice acting classes at the moment is that we are honestly too harsh on ourselves.
That
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
I think
Like we need to be a bit more kinder to ourselves because
Mhm.
like what we hear isn't what everyone else hears. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Because like
true,
they're
yeah.
hearing it for like the first time, and we've heard it like 800 times, and we're like, oh, this is stale. But like them, they hear it once, they're like, holy shit, sort of thing.
Yeah.
and it's also that mentality of comparing your own performances to everybody else's. Everyone else is
Yeah,
always
and
going
it's hard to
have-
get out of that.
Yeah, everyone else is
Because
going to have
comparison
a
is
different
the death of
interpretation.
creation and advancement.
Exactly. So everyone else has their
Oh.
own interpretation of that particular role, and then you have your own.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
yours is just as unique as everyone else's. So when you have that mentality, you know, you're gonna stop comparing yourself to everyone else and just focus on your own version. And if it's the one that people seem to like more, okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Guys, we've made it to the last question.
Yes, we have, and this
Oh my
one
god.
is a bit of a difficult one. You don't have to go into detail with this one. What is stopping you from getting your voice out there in the world?
Okay. So this is kind of personal for myself. I feel like, because of I don't really have a lot of confidence in my voice when I like portray it, like, you know, just what we were talking about earlier, like, having doubts about like your voice in general because you've heard it times, but then people are hearing it for the first time. And so, you know, just like being really young in like this community and like trying to do like voices like that, it's hard. It's hard to do it because because I can't really have access to like most of the things that some adults do most of the time. Yeah.
From what it sounds like, is you are still making that comparison between yourself and everyone else, and because of your age, you kind of put yourself into that kind of category, and with you need all the confidence that you can get, but you've got to stop with comparing yourself to everyone else because it doesn't help a single bit. So the more that
All
you
it does
work
is
on
set you back.
yeah, it sets you back so many different seats. So the minute that you work on the things that you feel need to be worked on, then okay, I can get on board with what I need, what I can work on, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
and it's tough, especially at your age. There are kids who are younger that get into it, but it's having that confidence of just going with it, and then you learn along the way, whether that be in the moment, listening to yourself in that performance, and then learning from there. And then in the future, you kind of say to yourself, okay, I shouldn't do it in this way, but I should do it more in that way. Have less breathy vocals in this line, and then do it in this way to make it sound better.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, and then it like surprises me that I can have like some good range. Like I can be like a small child. I can be like just a teenager or something like that. But you know, I haven't really gotten a chance to like shown off my voice the way I wanted to yet. That's why the 6-character voice challenge exists, so people can like portray off their voices of like, hey, here's my range, here's something I can do. Like it's kind of like your not your official demo reel. It's just like your mini demo reel.
Exactly. That this is just something that you can do. It's not a full-on impression, but it's a way for you to kind of figure out your range.
Yeah.
But have confidence in the vocals that you have right now, and if it helps to push you to become a better actor or voice actor in the future, then why not? You still, all of us in ourselves still have room to grow. So don't put yourself down now. Just constantly learn from the things that you need to.
Yeah, and it's like whenever like people compliment my voice, it just like makes my day, cause you know, because I'm surrounded by a lot of older people, and like just like hearing them like say my voice is great is just, it warms my heart, and it makes me want to continue this path.
Good.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I mean,
Aster?
Aster said they would be right back.
That's fine. So we'll come back to them afterwards. V, do you have anything you want to say on the topic?
Yeah. I feel that what's holding me back personally is my lack of confidence. Like, some days I'll have it, but then other days I'll have like none. And in addition to that, I feel like because of like my living situation, I don't have access to like the things that other people have access to. So like I can't like always invest in like tons of voiceover classes or workshops, which is why I'll try and find them for free if I can. And
it's always the killer as well, especially when they're going for well over $100 or maybe $200.
Yeah. And another thing is like I feel like people don't really want like my accent. Like people I talked about it a little in like a chat somewhere before, but I feel like when people say, "Oh, we want a British person," like they mean I want someone from London or I want someone from like that area.
Yeah, because when you hear someone, and I'll elaborate this on later when it comes to my turn. When it comes to someone finding a British accent, you're limiting yourself because you're not specifying on what type of accent you're looking for. Because when you're asking for someone from London, that's still a very broad spectrum of people in London with specific accents. When you hear me speak as someone who was London-born, I don't sound like someone who's traditionally from London. You don't hear me speaking like a Cockney person, like you would. Let's say if you listen to some accents in Mary Poppins, as an example. That's what people will probably think is an ideal accent if you want that kind of character. But at the same time, they will most likely want someone, let's say, James Bond kind of accent, but he's speaking in the Queen's English, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's really hard, you know, and I feel like people should be a bit more specific when they say they want British. Like, do you want someone from the West Midlands? Do you want someone from like the East Midlands? Do you want someone from London? Like, what do you want? Like, you need to be more specific.
Yeah.
Do an accent.
Exactly. It's a big disappointment because when, as an actor from a certain part of the world, are being asked to speak in said native accent and being told only you need to do it in this way, it's a killer. Because for starters, how would we know how to speak in that way if you don't know how to do it to begin with? You know? Yeah,
it's like I've been told before, like, oh, you don't sound British enough, and I'm like,
what?
What the heck is
what?
What?
Are you kidding me?
That's so dumb. I laughed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, oh, you don't sound British. It's like, Excuse me?
But you're,
I grew up here.
Is there, there's no specific voice type for American. Like, we don't really have a specific voice. It's the southern draw. It's either the southern draw stereotype. It's literally the southern draw stereotype.
It's the southern, and then it's the New York. Hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah,
It's the
Yeah,
hey, I'm
I
walking
don't
here,
like
and
that.
yeah, it's the hey, I'm
Yeah.
walking here, and then it's the what do you mean I'm not allowed in the Walmart? You know, like that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
and it's just
so
like
silly.
it's just like because everyone has their like even though you have your own like your own accent, you don't have the same accent as everybody. Like, you can have a different accent than someone, especially like Russian. It's the hello. It's
Hello.
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 Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, basically. But that's like the only thing anyone can do who doesn't have that accent. It's just a
Yeah.
hello.
But it's
Yeah.
also a stereotype as well in imitating an accent that you hear everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that problem. Like sometimes I hear a British accent, and I'm like, I want to start doing like my own because I can do one.
I
Yeah, the
personally-
thing is, I can do like a mock one. Y'all, like the actual Brits in here will chastise me,
Oh, God,
so I
here we go.
won't do it. No. You've heard it, Aaron. You've heard it.
Oh,
It's in
yes,
my
I have.
blast project, so you can just chastise me for that. That's fine.
Oh boy.
So-
I personally
Yeah.
like really don't like doing accents in my own voice acting. Like
Yeah.
I mean my mother is like she was raised in Britain. So she has an accent and like I can emanate her accent, but that's about it. And
Yeah,
of
it's
course like
speaking it natively, that can be quite the challenge.
yeah, like whenever I'm with her family,
Mm.
all of them have like varying degrees of British accent depending on how much time they've spent there or in America. So like I can basically I like whenever I need to do British accents, I'll just kind of emanate my family. But I don't like doing like for example like Russian accents,
Yeah.
Indian accents, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff like that because the thing is about what we call an accent, at least when it's not like a native accent, is that it kind of feels like a mockery of people
Yeah.
trying to learn
It
English.
does. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can agree with that.
And if you can't do it properly, then it just sounds wrong.
That's
Yeah,
it.
and
it
that
can-
like
it offers quite offensive as well to some people.
yeah, it's just I don't know how I feel about it. Like if you want an accent, then like I'd prefer if it was just someone who like actually spoke English like that, you know?
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's also like some of my friends, they do the British thing. They do the
British.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wait, is it like the it's
The way Aaron was
Tuesday?
just like, no.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
say
Oh my
Tuesday.
gosh!
I unironically say Tuesday because of
You
my
do say
family.
Tuesday. You do say
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And
I
she
say
just like really hates that because that's not how she. That's not her. That's not her way of speaking in that accent.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you cringing as much as I am right now?
Yep, I am.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
We are killing the two Brits in here, please.
You are
I'm
Let's
kidding
so
us.
move on.
You are killing us right now.
I'm
guys.
so sorry. I'm
Like
sorry.
my hands are clenched.
Aaron, I'm gonna be honest. I've genuinely been dreading since sending my link in that one channel. I'm just like, he's gonna DM me one day. And he's gonna chew me out for the voice I gave Sirius. He's gonna kill me.
I've
say,
yet to check that out, but if I do,
if you-
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you haven't already, please don't.
Like,
Don't. You'll kill me.
I
That
will.
project that
No!
project that y'all are talking about, actually, I gave the voice that I do for Zizel actually has a bit of my family's British accent in it.
And I hear it, and it's
like,
good
it's-
to me.
Like
but-
it's very I don't know if you could call it authentic, but like I'm definitely imitating my family.
Mhm. I'm imitating actual people I've heard. I'm not imitating like, you know, English person
Stereotypes.
trying to do this. I'm imitating people I've actually heard, but like
Hmm.
I know I could probably be better, but I'm just like scared.
Have you ever actually heard a British person trying to be a British person?
No, but that sounds like an experiment that I want to conduct.
I don't think you want to.
Can we do the scientific theory on this?
Honest
my
to
God.
God, guys, I don't think you want to because it can be painful.
It can.
It can be painful.
Yeah, it can.
Jeez. Okay.
Okay.
All right, then we'll.
But yeah,
all right, next episode.
Since Aster is back, we can bounce back to her, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
V, are you
I'm
happy
back
with that?
now.
V, you happy with that, or did you?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay. So Aster,
All right.
do you know what the question is, or do you want me to reiterate?
It was like what's stopping you from putting your voice out there or something, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Self-confidence isn't something that I struggle with a whole lot. I mean, I feel like vaguely insecure about my voice just because it seems like of course I'm kind of rating this based on the amount of compliments that voices tend to get, but like people seem to generally prefer voices that are cool or mature or sexy, and I just don't have that voice quality. Like my specialty lies in young girls and high voices, and like whenever people hear my voice, it's like, "Aw, so cute." But whenever people hear like cooler voices, it's like, "Oh, whoa! Like, whoa, that's awesome!"
Hello.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it, but also like, where's the same energy for me? Because I'm also doing my
Yeah.
best.
That's it. It sounds like
So-
people tend to typecast you.
Yeah, and it like, I mean, I don't really mind that because I feel like there's a lot of voices that are like, they try to do what I do, and they either sound really annoying or they slip up.
Mhm.
Like you can
that's-
tell midway through
That's
that
just
like
weird.
like you like they'll like it gets really annoying, like
Oh dear, sounds like my wife when she's gushing about something.
You know, this sort of voice, it's really high and it's really cute, but it's really fucking annoying, don't you think?
That's
Where-
That's perfect.
Girl voice. I
whereas
have
like
sometimes, like,
and
then there's like, you know, the sort of you know, the midway
where they're like trying to get it, but it doesn't quite work because like they keep like because they're not used to speaking in that high register.
Of course,
Whereas-
yeah.
Yeah, and so you hear the start, like you hear the start of their regular voice, and then it dips through sometimes. Then you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
you could hear there are lots of actors that are very good at
Mhm.
doing child roles, and like they don't sound annoying, and it doesn't
Oh, definitely.
and it doesn't
yeah.
break. Yeah,
Yep.
there's a bunch of them, but also like you see for those sorts of roles, you also see the same people popping up a bunch.
Yeah, you do.
Hmm.
So it's like, it's like, you know, squints. Like I see, I'm one of the people with this seemingly rare talent.
Got a rare
So
talent.
Because
So if any-
to me, it sounds like when you have that higher register, it comes off as putting off a very stereotypical lolly character, and it can come off as
Yeah.
cringy at times.
childish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And nobody will take you
childish.
seriously because you sound like you're a 4-year-old or something like that.
Exactly, and
Which-
it can come off as bit. I can't find the appropriate word to use. I don't know.
Like I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
like I guess
Mhm.
I like that's something that I feel insecure about, but also it's like that also kind of motivates me to put my voice out there. It's something, I guess pretty much the only thing really stopping me now is just the fact that I'm in high school and I don't like my schedule is very busy. Like I'm doing SAT prep all the time because I haven't taken the SAT yet, and like my parents are largely the ones who dictate my schedule, so I just don't have like I even if I were to say like email some company and be like, hey, this is like this is what I sound like. You have a studio near me. Like, do you need more voice actors? Like, this is what I specialize in. Like, would you be willing to add me to your team or something like that? Like, even if I wanted to do that, I don't have the time. So that really sucks.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once I grow up, I'm gonna go email a bunch of agencies or whatever.
Yes, absolutely.
Go for it, honestly. Mugman?
Oh, thank you for voice crack.
Oh.
Very nice. Anyway, so,
Absolutely love that.
shut up.
It's happened again.
I'm so,
No!
No!
But,
We're being so
Alright,
mean,
let's go, let's
please.
go.
I'm supposed to have a deep and manly voice. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways. Biggest thing stopping me gotta be. Well, there's like two factors. One, it's time, and like time management is really really difficult. And two, myself. Time is pretty obvious, right? I am also in high school. I'm.
Yep.
What is it? It's busy, especially because my teachers suck and they're like, hee ho, give homework. Gross. I don't want to do that.
Give homework.
Yeah, I mean, there's that regard at school, but I also work a part-time job, and oftentimes my day is like completely taken up by wake up, go to school, go home for like maybe an hour, and then go back to work for the rest of the day, get home, and it's already way too late and you need to sleep so that you can wake up in time for school tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I mean, there's that factor of like just time is a little bit difficult, but I don't know. There's also the factor of I'm also like really kind of, sort of, absolutely 100% self-conscious about my voice. I really, for the longest time, I used to just hate my voice. I used to hate it for the life of me. Every single time I'd hear it, I would just like, nope, we're shutting off whatever video that's playing on.
Oh my God.
But I mean, I'm also like, I don't know. I'm very shy when it comes to like committing to projects or like asking to be in a project. It feels kind of, I don't know. I feel shy to ask, and I feel afraid to ask people like, hey, I'm good at this. It sort of ties back into the whole like self-confidence and like what people are looking for and whatnot. But I don't know. It's easy to think that you don't have what it takes, especially in terms of like auditioning for a role or trying to get a role. It's very very easy to think that. It's how do I put it? It's very easy to feel small in a world full of like big voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, there's it's basically just self-confidence.
That actually went deeper than I expected it to be fair.
Oh,
But you
It's a
are
deep
right.
question
You
to
are
answer.
honestly right.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep question.
It's pretty
Hell.
deep question, so that's it. But you're right. It is extremely easy to put yourself in the shoes of someone who's maybe just starting out, maybe partway through to living their dream and thinking, am I good enough to be in league with the big dogs? You know?
right. Yes. It's, I mean, yeah, it's a matter of having the confidence to do that and not like doubting yourself over and over about it. Like if you're constantly just like, oh no, there's other like people who have a reputation and are really really good, and all these other people sound better than me. There's always going to be like that underlying issue of, am I good enough? Like that's something that has literally been plaguing my mind since day one, and is plaguing my mind right now. But yeah, it's the question of am I good enough? I feel like in an ideal world shouldn't exist to any one person, and I feel like people should value them, like their vocal quality and the things that they're really really good at. I think that people should like absolutely be like, yo, my name is Aster, I can do cute girls and be really really annoying sometimes with really high voices.
Help! I'm trying.
Yeah, I know that. No, that was a compliment. That was a compliment. That was a compliment. I
I
didn't
can
mean that
be
like an
really
insult.
annoying sometimes. That's a compliment.
No,
I'm gonna
yes,
kill
you were doing like the whole like. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. All right.
This
I
is
was
normal between these two,
I'm
by the
saying,
way. I hear
I'm
it all the
saying
time.
that. Listen, I'm
Damn.
saying that that is a good thing. Okay, and I don't know. It's. I mean, well, it's me on the other end. It's like, oh, I can only do deep and dark and brooding voices. I need to be edgy. The
Well,
So
need
Batman.
for
Batman.
darkness or
Shadow.
whatever. Yeah, shadows or whatever.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Probably got me.
You both.
Yeah, but like, there's always I feel like to help with that, or to like start improving on like the issues of like, am I good enough? Do I have the self-confidence for this? I feel like the most important thing to do is find out exactly what you're really really good at, and when you find out what you're good at, I'd say refine that, and then once you're really really confident in that, work on everything else. That
I
has
can agree
helped.
on. But it's also the same with anything. It's like working on the muscle after a big injury. The more you work on it, the stronger it becomes.
It's true.
Dang. I was coming here for a voice acting podcast, not a biology lesson. But honestly, I'm learning so many things.
Excuse you?
Yeah. Yeah, this is this is
job.
biology. Like, come on.
I mean,
It's not.
What do you mean no it isn't? Come on. Come on.
It's not biology.
Shall we
Listen,
move on
bro,
to the next
I'm in
question?
ninth grade. Don't even.
Just go with it. Just go with it. Just go with it.
Shall-
Just go with it. Just
Oh
go
my
with
God.
it. Everybody act like this is the thing. Anyway, so that was a nice biology lesson. Thank you so much.
No,
Aaron.
it was a nice
You're very
psychology
welcome.
lesson. Thank you.
It was a nice psychology lesson. I nearly just said a life psychology lesson.
Jesus.
No, I
A lesson
said
in
a
life.
nice psychology lesson.
Shall we move on to Yen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go for it.
I rambled again.
So,
Sorry.
I guess for me, it's a little patchy for me. I also have like a lack of confidence, but like I also just have awful social anxiety. I am not the type of person that just goes like, "Hey, can I do this? Hey, can I have this?" I just no, that's not how I'm built. I cannot. I am not the type of person that asks for things. I don't do it. So, it's something I've started working on, and so that's kind of actually what got me into directing. So I was just like, maybe if I would approach projects from a director's standpoint, I can actually get my voice out there, other than just collabing on streams with my friends. And also just like doing it in like DM calls and whatever. And I was just like, because I've done voice acting before, I've done a lot of it, I've just never really gotten onto projects. And the idea of working with a ton of strangers bothers me to the point where I'm just like, I'm scared. So I'm just like, okay, let's do it this way. And so I started doing, like, I was like, I'll direct my own skit, I'll do it thing, and I'll try it. And so I did that, had a lot of fucking fun. And now I'm just like, okay, let's do more. And now I'm involving friends, and I'm just like, this is really cool. And now strangers are coming up to me and being like, hey, can I be on the thing? And I'm like, I don't know.
Well,
Sort of reaction.
Valid.
So I'm just like, that's where I'm at right now, because like I don't go and ask for things, and the handful of times that I have auditioned, I have been rejected. But also, like, to be fair, I didn't know how to edit my own audio at the time, so I could edit out like rough patches and whatever. So that would be part of that. And so I'm trying to work on that, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to work on confidence, and I'm trying to work on being better about talking to people about things. But it's a whole basket of stuff, basically.
Of course, yeah. It can be quite scary as well, as you mentioned, especially when you don't
And like
know
I hear all
how.
these horror stories from friends who have participated in projects, and they're like, "Yeah, don't work for this director,"
Oh
or
God,
"Don't do this
yeah.
one," or
Oh
casting call
dear.
sucks." And I'm just like, "Yeah, but casting calls how everyone starts out. What do you mean?" And then I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to use casting call. I think I want to be my own director and just fuck around and find out, sort of
That's
thing.
it.
Help.
Yeah. Well, I have a story of my own, to be fair, but I'll save that for another time.
All right.
So in my case, it's a number of factors: time, confidence in my voice, as well as major one is procrastination. But I'll expand on the first one with time because
Mhm.
me being a father of two small young girls is extremely precious, especially to them, to my wife, to upholding a household. It can have a lot of pressure on someone, especially if you want to try and expand on something as big as acting, voice acting. It takes time to work on what it is that you need in terms of vocal training, acting, stuff like that. And it's time that I unfortunately don't always have. But when I have that time, it can lead to something, either something constructive or destructive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In terms of confidence, it's just all to do with my vocal ability. I know I have that vocal ability, it is there, but at the same time I doubt myself because, again, I sit in that mindset of comparing myself to everyone else and thinking, am I good enough? Am I good enough to get this role or that role? And then at the same time, wonder if I'm ever good enough to even be part of this industry or community to begin with, let alone as someone who can be relied on for lines, for whatever people need me for. And if they don't see me as that, then why bother? You know?
Oh, the why bother? I get that so much.
Yeah, exactly.
It's horrible.
I'll branch off of this a little bit, actually. Another reason that I pull back from like really putting myself out there too is like I'm already friends with a lot of people who either they have a very different range than me, and then whenever I'm involved with something with them, I'm not even looked at. And like, yeah, there comes like the internal mental comparison of, well, why bother if no one's looking at me too or even acknowledging that I'm there, sort of thing. And I try not to think about that, but like there's a lot of times where people will come up to me and they'll be like, "Oh, you're friends with so and so. So how are they doing?" And they'll try and cozy up to me, or they'll try to use me to get somewhere. Basically, it's not just with friends that like
It's
are more
horrible.
established than me.
Yeah.
It's like I've had people use like my ideas, my writing to try and get somewhere, and like so I'm a very closed off person when it comes to like my creative spaces now because of things like that, because I now have trust issues when it comes to like people in my creative space, and I try to limit who's there. And yeah, while I probably am overthinking and it probably wouldn't go as bad all the time like it used to, it's still something that I think about all the time. Like, is this person going to use me to advance their own gain? Or is this person really here for me? Or are they just here because they want their name somewhere?
And that can kill any kind of confidence in any given field.
And it did for a few years.
Jesus.
Man. Yeah. Oh my
I
gosh.
think expanding on my procrastination point, that comes with many different factors. It could be, one, am I bothered to do it? Two, I know I can't keep placing blame on my ADHD because I know it's a pathetic excuse. It truly is, but that's how I feel half the time because that's just part of the package. And then going off time, half the time I don't have that sense of time itself. So then
Time blindness. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Time blindness. Time passes you in a blink, then you're like, "Fuck, I didn't do anything today."
Exactly, and
I have that issue too.
I
It's a massive
hate
killer
that.
to me. It's a massive killer to me,
Mhm.
especially as a parent as well as many different aspects of my life. I want to be able to have the time to focus on myself and my abilities as a potential voice actor in the future, as well as being a good father to my children or a good husband to my wife, you know?
Yeah.
And at the same time, I don't know. I often have this feeling at the back of my head where when people look at me and take advantage of my kindness or accuse me of something that I am clearly not, especially with the whole cancel culture in mind, because
I've felt that too.
That
cancel
hurts
culture.
me. That hurts me entirely. And every time when I'm putting something out there on my channel or on someone else's channel, I'm thinking to myself, what's going to happen to me? Am I gonna be okay? Is someone gonna hear me, recognize me, and think, oh, this person's this thing or this person's that thing, you know? And it's sitting at the back of my mind and it kills me. I don't want that to kill me. I want to be able to put myself out there without that lingering fear that someone's gonna accuse me of something life-threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that a lot. I was doing like one of my first comic things for the first time, and this person ripped everyone to shreds, like saying like some of the lines weren't said very well, or like discarding the actors in general, and then saying I was actually putting an effort, and I was like, that's messed up.
Holy
Were they
fuck.
directed?
Yeah.
And they were
People
just
can
like
be cruel.
they were just like being very critical like on how like people were saying their lines, or like I like one of the lines I said where it's like a cutoff, they're like confused on that. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep, just like why?
We're doing this for fun, bro.
I understand being critical about people's performance, but
Mhm.
it sounds like they just want to nitpick for the sake of nitpicking and put everything.
This kind of reminds me of This kind of reminds me of I'm just gonna name drop, but hopefully I don't get chastised for it. You can bleep it if you want. Sea Dog VA. I adore him. Series where he would chastise people's voice acting, including like fan dubs, and I'm gonna be honest. As much as I adore him and as much as I have learned several things from him, that does nothing to help with the growth. I promise.
Well,
From my understanding, from what he was doing there was mainly a piss take.
Look, I know it's critique, but he's harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I've gotten like critiques from my other friends who are like professional and better than me, and they like said like my voice is just lacking something. Well, like lacking what? You like tell me so I can like be better. If you just like tell me what
they're not giving you like direction.
They're
like
not
feedback.
That's when we cross the realm. That's when we cross the realm of.
Because like I'm just starting out. I have no experience. Like I'm not doing like classes or anything. So like just telling me like I'm lacking in this and then not explaining what I can do to fix it.
I actually have a good story about that too, though. When I was first starting out to be a little more public, actually, I still write my own scripts now, but I used to write mini scripts where I'd just do one character reading the script. And Mugman and Aster can attest to this. My first serious voice was awful. It was not great. It actually, yeah, Aster, you heard it the other night. You heard it back the other night. It was like not the same at all. My one now is better, but obviously considering I do put like a fabricated accent on there, people probably aren't going to love it. But God, my first one, I wish I could take it down. It's so bad. You're not gonna start out excellent.
I don't remember the first serious voice you did for us being that bad.
Yeah, neither do I, honestly.
Uh,
I thought
it
was
wasn't
great.
that one. It was one that I had recorded before playing with y'all.
Oh
was
wait,
worse.
it was the one
Yeah,
that you put
that
on your
one.
Tumblr.
Yes, that one. That one's awful.
Yeah,
and you
I
agreed
agree.
with me the
I
other
gotta
night
agree
when
with
I
you on
played it
that
back.
one.
Yeah.
That one's bad.
It's
Well,
not. It's
and
not.
then
It's
again-
not gonna be perfect immediately.
Yeah, but then again, anything that we first start out in, it's not always going to be perfect. It's a start.
No.
That's it. It's not
Yeah.
always going to be this 100% shiny, perfect thing that's going to get you out there. No, it very rarely does that. And if it does, my God, you have some amazing luck, as well as talent.
Yeah, incredibly so.
Yeah.
I think another point for me, and I believe V could probably relate to this as well, is where we're located is our country of origin, because you don't hear a lot of voice actors that come from England, and
That's true.
That's
and
true.
Mhm.
I have this conversation with my wife about this, and she believes as an actor or voice actor, doesn't matter, that you should make it as an actor with your native accent. In this
Mhm.
case, as someone from Britain, you shouldn't have to necessarily put on an accent just to make it big. You shouldn't have to do that. That's why I look at actors like Michael Caine or Jason Statham as two examples, because they made it big as actors and yet stayed true to their roots. That's the reason why Michael Caine.
I
still
feel
has
that way
the
about
accent.
Carl Hanover too,
Mm.
because he also did the same.
You shouldn't necessarily have to create or go into the whole Americanized way of acting just because you're from a different country.
Yeah.
It should never
Yeah,
work.
Exactly.
I agree. But sometimes if you're like working for like, I feel bad for him to come. Well, like probably he chooses to do it, but like when he does his American accents, they sound really,
Spot on.
really bad.
Yeah.
They sound
bad.
They sound forced.
Yeah, it sounds
yeah.
It doesn't sound that. It's like his it's like the British voice is just trying to break out like.
Yeah, yeah.
To a lot of people, trying to put on an accent is tough, especially if one, you're not used to hearing it, two, you're not used to speaking
doing it.
Yeah. And when you're not familiar with certain nuances of said accent, you're gonna fail. That's why if you listen to Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins, after that movie, he never spoke with a Cockney accent ever again, because he knew how awful it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like Tom Holland can actually perfect doing like American accent, like because when I first heard that he's naturally like from England, I was like, what?
Yeah, he's from my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
I remember when I
Nice.
heard his I remember when I heard his natural speech the first time. I was like really surprised.
Everyone was shocked.
And he was like, yeah, I think people tend to forget that it's just like me doing an American accent.
That's
And
it.
Yeah.
It's the same with John Boyega, if you're familiar with him.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
I adore him.
John Boyega. Oh,
John
wait.
Boyega. Actually, you know what? I met the guy because he came to my college in 2011. This is before he did Star Wars.
Hello?
Yeah, I met
Really?
him. He was a lovely guy. A very
Yeah,
lovely
I've
guy.
heard he's pretty great.
He is.
Oh my god.
Trust me when I say
That's
this.
incredible, though.
When I when I met him at my college back in 2011, this was when he was promoting his movie Attack the Block. You'd have to be British to properly understand the movie, because my god.
Fair.
Oh. Anyway, we were interviewing him. We were asking him different questions about the industry that he was working in. And he said, if I remember correctly, it was along the lines of that it's a lot of fun, can be challenging, and some stunt actors can really push you to your limits. Because I remember when he was working on Attack the Block, which is sci-fi as well. there was a stunt actor who was chasing after him as an animal because he's on all fours. He didn't realize that the stunt coordinator was running as fast as a lion. So when he looked back when he's running, he's like, "Oh shit, I need to run! I need to bolt."
That's incredible.
I need to move.
It is incredible.
It's like I gotta move ass.
And then there was another scene that he mentioned where he had to be put on a harness, and I remember this one as well, where he said that he had received a wedgie from God. That's what it felt like.
Oh Lord! Oh my gosh!
Oh Lord!
Incredible.
A wedgie from God.
But it was also incredible insight into someone who came from humble beginnings, from a college that I went to, and going into something big, and him going into Star Wars, which is one of the biggest franchises ever, is amazing.
Yes.
It is absolutely amazing, especially from his residential background as well, Peckham in London, which isn't really the best area in London, or one of the. It's not one of the best areas in London, to what a lot of people say anyway. I've been to Peckham myself plenty of times, going through there to go training, whether it's shopping, regardless. It's still a lovely place. From time to time it can be, but regardless of his background, he's done amazingly. And
True.
I can only applaud him. I could. That's all I can do. And it's been what, 11 years since I met him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he provided a lot of knowledge and insight to what the industry can be like and how it can work.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Man, we got through all our questions.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
did.
did.
Sorry it's taking this long. It's nearly 3 in the morning for V and I.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh!
So we've been going for
I've
3
been, like,
hours.
keeping tabs on that. I've had my world clock open like
Oh my god, yeah. It's almost
Anya's like,
coming
oh
up
my
on 3
god,
hours.
these two are dying.
I think we are, to be fair. So, are there any closing thoughts that you guys have at all on our first podcast together?
Honestly, I'm just like happy that I could be a part of this. This was awesome.
Yeah, I want to be here again, if possible.
Yeah, I love
Shakespeare
you guys.
was
You're
a
all
shit
amazing.
poster.
Yeah. Shakespeare was a shit poster. That should be the fucking title for this episode.
Alright,
I
what's
agree. I agree.
moral of the story, kids?
Moral of the
remember,
story:
if you're
Shakespeare's
ever...
on some Shakespeare plays are pure bullshit.
Listen.
Like
if
the
you're not,
audacity.
if you're not confident in yourself, if you're like, oh,
be
is my
Shakespeare.
voice worth putting out there? Just remember, Shakespeare was like the weirdest dude ever.
Yeah.
He
Like,
had the
back in the
confidence. I
day.
could never have that confidence to put out that much.
Exactly.
Oh,
like,
dear Lord.
honestly, so it could be worse.
Also,
It could
I
be worse.
promise. I
ruined-
promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Shakespeare ruined years 9, 10, and 11 for a lot of secondary school kids here in England.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, no.
That's probably awful. I'm so
Anyways,
sorry.
You know, like,
we'll
I
end it here then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so thank you everyone for joining us on our very first podcast, and thank you for those who are listening, and have a good night.
Good night.
Yeah!
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah.
You for those who are listening, and you for those who are listening, and